Yo, 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 what is up? Hello, I am Chipmunk alongside Neon Protege today, and today it's Dallas Fellas versus our other team, Neon.
Team Boomers is the name you are looking for.
What is Team Boomers? It is a wonderful day for Overwatch, and in Neon, obviously we can see behind you, it is a wonderful day where you are in New Jersey. These two teams in the PS4 EU T3 region, in our GOATS tournament. Oh, one is NA, one is EU. That is correct, and I believe it is Boomers NA, Dallas Fellas EU. And you know, one of these teams is going to be playing. You know, obviously the lobby is going to have the lowest amount of latency possible, but one of the teams is going to be playing with a tiny bit of a disadvantage from Europe. Do you think that will affect anything?
Very easily affect a lot of things. We've seen just the smallest of reaction times be the difference between sometimes entire series. We've seen one play is all it takes sometimes. So that small bit of latency from the servers is all it takes. That it could very easily determine who wins the series. Hopefully that will not play too much of a factor in this series. Either way, we're going to have a great show of Overwatch for you.
Now let us check out our lineups. Here first, we are going to see Dallas Fellas, the EU team with the NA logo. Bayern Games, Shore Jakers, XD Queeker, Ryan Man, Aiming Like a Bot, and Smickle Sander. I mean, you've casted a lot more of the GOATS tournament than I have so far. What have been really the impact roles, or has it varied to, like, maybe some matches the Lucio, the Zarya, the D.Va, the Reinhardt? Does it vary at all, or is there one usually pretty prominent role?
It does vary somewhat to a degree. Usually an MVP player comes out and does a really good job on whatever character they are. I've seen Zen's, I've seen Briggs, I've seen Zarya's, D.Va's, Reinhardt's, and the Lucios all make massive plays. Typically throughout, usually see a lot from that tank lineup as well as the Zen Discords. A good speed boost is always going to have impact, and the Brig with that Inspire is always going to be good. From the just general impact, you cannot underestimate the bombs from a D.Va or the grabs from a Zarya. Those off-tank ultimates are always fight changers. Those are almost every time you want to look out for those.
Yeah, personally, I feel like also mostly a lot of the pressure does rest on the D.Va to get the combo ultimates with the other tanks, because, you know, you have to do your part in that combo. And while it is a little bit easier than landing a Shatter or a Grav, it's still very important. Also, you need to make sure that you have your DMs on point. Because otherwise, I mean, you're going to have your Reinhardt getting freaking tripled in ult charge because of the other Reinhardt getting so much value off of Fire Strikes. So you have to make sure to get that defense matrix in there and block a lot of that damage. Let's take a look at Team Boomers hailing from NA. And Ruthless Santos at main tank. Team the logo is adorable. It's the Soldier 76. Although technically, because this is Overwatch does take place in 60 years in the future, so wouldn't exactly be a boomer. Actually, would probably be Gen Z, as we'd have Ruthless Santos, Fletchy, Sumbuckaroo on the D.Va, Dammit Tam on the Brigitte, Eco Wolf on Lucio, Extra Rice Please on Zenyatta, and Sumbuckaroo and Queeker, both known as our MVP players going into this match. What do they have to prove, really? And, you know, I think this is setting up for a great D.Va matchup.
Oh, when your MVPs are the D.Va is the ult that is the instant wipe. A grab, you still have to have team capitalization. A shadow, you have to have team capitalization. Any of the support ults, you can use them as a defense or as an offense. The bomb is the only ult that will instantly kill a person, if not in the Transcendence, if not bubbled, if not behind a shield. It is the only ult that can get that instant kill, and it can also eat the entirety of a grab. So a lot of pressure is put on that D.Va play, and having them coming in as the MVPs is going to make one great series. I can't wait.
I personally cannot either. I believe our first map will be Lijiang Tower. Right there. We are going to see Team Boomers, Dallas Fellas. Both of these teams have a lot of real standout potential and honestly great names.
Yeah, great names indeed. I like the Ryan over there, Ryan Man. Always repping the Ryans in this world. I, myself, being one of them. You're going to see the same mirror compositions coming in here, just a standard Zen that you see most of the time throughout this board, or through the entirety of the GOATS tournament here. And we're going to see the middle of the maps here. It is the night market, bit of range, bit of close quarters, the medium, so it's going to be a nice set to see who wins.
And we know now, obviously, big pick early by Dammit Tam. This game, the first two maps did have to be replayed because of latency issues and lobby. But as we're seeing here, Team Boomers winning the first fight, as it seems the entire team will have to reset.
A very nice rotation around the point from Team Boomers. Dallas kind of went right into the point. Boomers kind of caught their support line out, able to get the first pick on Zen, able to capitalize with the Brig. Following that, and Team Boomers just went off the point, did not want to feed any ultras. Now they're going to go onto the high ground here, going to try and get some sort of pick. Boomers going to just completely negate that high ground, force Dallas go onto the point, and we have a bunch of ults coming online for Boomers.
Yeah, and we're starting to see what a massive shatter! That hits 5! Absolutely fantastic to see, and the D.Va doesn't quite get over. That's going to be a massive stagger. FYI, this lobby is built off old patches, so there is no remake kill. The stagger on that D.Va, oh my lord, it's going to be absolutely brutal here, and we're starting to see the defense matrix diff when it comes to the Ryan ult charge.
Yeah, Boomers about to get a second shatter here over Dallas. We also see the Transcendents are built up. We're going to see a grab coming from Boomers. They're going to have the heavy ult advantage coming into this fight, and the longer it goes, Dallas might just be able to build it up just as it gets in that later stages.
The shatter lands on 2, and the Brigida will go down. So this is the opening for Dallas Fellas that they do need. Double Gravitons, double Sound Bearers. One team, though, does use the Transcendence, and that's coming! Sabakaru to get a massive 3-man D.Va bomb. She is crazy right now.
Yeah, that was an insane play coming in from some. You just can't get any better than that. The entirety of Team Boomers here, they played their ults so effectively. They had their attacking ults when Dallas had no support ults left. Dallas used both their the Sound Barrier and the Transcendence at the same time.
Now that is a brutal kill earlier on the short, as kills coming through for the side of Team Boomers. Capture did actually go to Dallas Fellas, so now it's going to be Team Boomers trying to push in rather than the other way around, but it doesn't matter. Numbers are heavily in the favor of the Boomers. They are probably going to retake this point and take Night Market very swiftly. There we go, the retake. They're going to get a touch. Zarya will manage to tap, but can they follow up? Yes, Graviton outside is gonna kill Short though, and it's not looking good for them. This is a full-on team diff so far. Team Boomers looking very strong as the staggers continuing to come in. That's a great sign, but it seems like it won't last long. Overtime Wick gonna burn down to 0 as a pretty dominant win for Team Boomers here on Night Market.
Extremely dominant win here. Team Boomers only really lost a point in a way to guarantee they win the point back. They drop the point to get those picks back in almost Dallas's spawn and then come back on the point. Anyone that's left there is almost instantly killed. We had a lot of stall coming through because Dallas, by the time the people on point died, the respawns are ready to come through. But you can't cycle 3 people against 6. It's just not going to work. Team Boomers are able to take it. Now they're going to come on to Control Center. The best single GOATS point in all of the control maps here on Lijiang. Not just on Lijiang, but all the control maps. We're going to see can Boomers keep this up with another dominating display, or will Delos send it to a map 3 on the go?
Yeah, gonna be a lot tighter space than Night Market. And it looks like we're gonna see a lot of ult charge. Ruthless Santos, there's free swinging space for him right now. No one is contesting. Just put the shield up, but was just able to swing into the enemy Rhine. That's an issue. There needs to be the peel from short there.
It is an extremely quick pick. You cannot have your Reinhardt die that early. If that Reinhardt goes down as the fight begins, there is nothing you can do to really win that fight. You do not have a shield. The discourse will come through. All the damage will get applied, and you have to back up.
And now, look at ult charge. It's being just absolutely demolished, really, for the side of Team Boomers. But Short now with 2 showing up now after I call him out, as it seems that Delspell is going to finally get a hold here, which is good. And now they can get the value that they were looking for. Ruthless Santos try and push it. They do get a pick. So there's a chance if they get numbers back, they could push again.
Very easy to push this. We'll have to see if they can. They are the much more aggressive team in this situation. Delos kind of just took advantage of Reinhardt Ruthless pushing a bit too far forward and using it ult. Have a bunch of ults to hold it, however.
Was that a shield bash out of the shatter? I mean, it would have been blocked anyway. That was still just so disgusting. But Quaker is going to be the one to find the value. Transcendence is out for both teams. Frankly, a lot of ults out for both teams, but the number is still even until now. Bayern Games being able to swing down.
Delos, yeah, not at all. We see a lot of ults being used. Delos came in with 6 and only leave with 1. They used all 3, or at least 2 of those portals at the same time. Transcendence and Sound Barrier in at that grab. They didn't need to. They just need to use 1 ult at a time. But they've done this multiple times throughout the series already, discounting at least the second. Boomer's going to come in with an ult advantage here with that bomb potential. Maybe possible shatter inbound, but that bomb can be pretty useful.
Yeah, right there. A nice little Diva Bomb to take out Ryan Man, but Ruthless Santos taken down as well, and the Shatter is out for Bayern. The Brigida is so low, but that's an unlucky Graviton, to be honest, because it sucked people in on all different sides, so it was hard to damage everyone at once. Now this gives Team Boomers a chance, and this is kind of the Dallas Fuel effect, where they're taking so many fights, it doesn't matter what their actual fight win percentage is. Because they're taking so many, they're winning more than the other team! What a beautiful shatter from Ruthless Santos into the Graviton. That's gonna land 4, and it's gonna land Team Boomer's point. But not after 93% gets on the board for Delos Fellas.
You take this in 1 more fight. They're gonna have 5 ults coming in at the end of this next fight. They have that time to fill it up first. They don't really have to. Maybe the Reinhardt just went from under 30 to 50. That's a real position. Have to overcome here. They're going to be playing on the back foot both economy.
Yeah, the Discord is there, which is going to have to force Bayern down because Bayern's oh so low. Shatters out. Seems to have whiffed. Did not land a single hit there. They still have lots of ults. Ruthless Santos not finding any value either. Discord on him, so has to play a little bit more passive. But XT Quaker's demagged. This is going to be really hard for the side of Delos Fellas. Bayern Games already built up near to another shatter, which is kind of crazy. As Short, thinking that it's time to push in, has the Graviton online, so it's definitely a possibility. Quaker. Oh, the Graviton into the Diva Bomb. The classic combo doesn't work. It gets, damn it, Nem. And Quaker actually ate the Graviton in that situation. So big plays from Quaker here, looking to win this one for Delos Fellas. However, still a lot of people on it. Now Quaker has been taken out of the Diva suit. Brigida gonna be so low, and it seems that Team Boomers are looking to bring this one back. Fight after fight after fight, just wearing the other team, Delos Fellas, down to a pulp. As now, Rally out, Fletchy absolutely one-shot. needs to get healing. My bad. Transcendence out. Ruthless very low. Graviton. Swing away, Bayern. Because you've just won Control Center here. If you are Dallas Fellas and only 7% left, now you've got to be thinking about the next one. There will be the stall from the Zenyatta. Interesting. It seems like this won't be enough though, as they're not going to have many ults coming into this next one. Yeah, they're not going to be able to touch. Insult to injury. Diva Bomb kills, damn it, damn. And we are going to be going to the third round of the Lijiang Tower. And from what I heard, the first round when there was latency, it was quite a roll on all the maps that they played. So this one's definitely looking a lot better for Dallas Fellas. I mean, they have a chance to win this one here.
Yeah, very big chance to win this here. Able to take good advantage of just the general ult misplay from both sides. They came out of that scrap barely holding on to the point that sometimes, but able to hold on to it nonetheless, even though they could have used their ult economy just a bit better. They're able to utilize it enough, with Boomers unable to get that grab off after the Transcendence was popped from Fellas. They could have very easily gone the other way, but Della's gonna come in here, and it's gonna be something.
Yeah, as they're just going to play around the pillar in the middle of the map. The Discord out. So this is big if you are Dallas Fellas, because now they can take space. They have permission to push up onto a lot of these players. Now it's the Vegeta who is discorded. So not necessarily as much of that, and that will cause the team fight to fall apart for Dallas Fellas here, as Team Boomers looking strong in the early stages of this.
Yeah, Boomers take that last round loss as a personal insult. They're going to come back in, take the point first. They're going to have the ult economy advantage for quite a bit until Fellas get that shatter up online. Everything else rather even. Fellas actually in the lead on Transcendence and the Sound Barrier. Boomers in the lead everywhere else.
What is that? Transcendence are actually getting value, but you can see that one from a mile away from spectator mode. However, the kill is there. This could be the turnaround for Dallas Fellas. Keep the portals used and keep the team alive, but more are coming right online. Graviton right in the middle is not going to find as much value as they would prefer. Diva Bombs come out for both sides, but some Buckaroo getting the value. It seems this fight is still all even. Reinhardt still in the fight though for the side of Team Boomers, and that seems it's going to force Dallas Fellas away.
Well, Della's actually played a really good grab there, splitting the team off while the Transcendence was up, able to get the out of mech, but the Reinhardt respawn for Boomers is so powerful, especially once the Reinhardt came back. That's the moment that Della's Reinhardt went down. That is a decisive death and return in the favor of Team Boomers coming to this next fight. It's going to be the one shatter here from Della's. That gets off, it's all over.
Yeah, Bayern gonna be looking for a shatter. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like we kind of saw from Ruthless, but it lands on the Reinhardt. And actually, really nice Transcendence and Diva defense matrix there to keep the Reinhardt alive, and Bayern goes down. This is exactly what happened last. Oh, the boost from Equal Wolf. Nice job from her. As now we're up to 90%. This is far past last fight. This is scramble and get a man on point for the side of Dallas Fellas, trying to find value in a desperate last-ditch attempt, aiming like a bot down. So it's gonna be a 5v6, and that's the best case scenario here, as Smickle Sander also going down. This is not looking good for the side of Dallas Fellas. This might end all here. Yep. Neon Caster, what happened there? By the way, damn it, damn, getting 3 at the end.
What happened there? Both teams used the ult that they had. We saw the shatter come through. We also saw the both Transcendences get used while both grabs were in the pockets of the Zarya. Just neither really got used in that fight there. And that pick came through while the Transcendences were still up before the grabs could come through. We saw those picks, the Reinhardt, the Brig, and that's you can't do anything if you don't have the Reinhardt or the Brig. Reinhardt is that main tank, solidifies the team. The Brig Lucio specifically, gives you so much momentum. Pushing through the point, the Brig is really the key component to make most GOATS compositions. The Brig Lucio is what I've been calling the GOATS comp, even if it's a 2-2-2 situation there. And without the Brig, without the Reinhardt, you're just dead in the water. You have the speed boost to get out, but that's not enough to get back onto the point with any meaningful damage. And that's what we saw there. Team Rivers able to take the first map. I want to see what they're going to do on second.
Yeah, I think the sky's the limit for them right now. I feel if they can... I feel like Ruthless Santos had some good moments, but maybe was looking for too many of those big plays. And that's where I think Dallas Fellas needs to strike. Kind of like they did. They used a good counter support ult and then got a kill. That's what they should have snowballed into a win. But then Team Boomers had that pop-off moment where they had, I believe it was Damatam take out the enemy Brig. And that made it all of a sudden even fight again. Because let's be real, in this comp, Brig and Ryan have about the same amount of value and do about the same thing, except Ryan shields and Brig heals. So it's very, very crucial to get those kills early. And I remember seeing from Dallas Fellas that they put at one time, and they kept on it for a fairly long time, a Discord onto a Lucio, while the other team had the Discord onto the Briggs and the Rhines. That's what you want. You want to put the Discord on your high priority targets, so that Brigida, that Reinhardt, those are where you want to put your Discords. And I feel like, well, the capitalization wasn't quite there for Dallas Fellas, but I think they have a chance here on this next map, which I believe, is it King's Row? I hope so. I mean, we're running GOATs, so it would be fun to see.
Yes, well, I do have the information. It is going to be GOATS Row, King's Row, the London map, Big Ben in the background, the GOATs, just the classic GOATs map. Not only one of the first, if not the first map, real map that we play, introduced into the game, but just one of the best brawl maps overall, which makes it a great GOATs map. Not that much high ground that many teams utilize, although it is there to swap onto a Winston, onto an Ana, onto the Moira, onto the swap picks that we can see in this tournament. And there's a lot of low ground that we're going to see a lot of brawling take place. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, a lot of those low hallways and choke points. Frankly, the entire second part of the map is a choke point. Anything that is brawl is like twice that in GOATs. I mean, this is the goated GOATs map. I mean, there's not much more to say. It's so good and so fun to watch, indeed.
Yeah, this was actually the first map I ever saw the GOATs composition being played on. And it's probably, for most people out there, the first map they ever saw it be played on, just because this was the map that people were experimenting it on. They weren't using it on any other map. They were testing it out on this map. This is where the GOATs composition broke its bones into the game. Really solidified itself. We're going to see a mirror composition here come in, and a bit of a sneaky play here coming in from Della's. Going out a bit too early, so it's not that much of a surprise that the fight being taken early.
To be honest, I feel like Team Boomers were like, whoa, I feel like they were kind of planning that they were flanking somewhere when they backed up behind the wall, but I don't think they were expecting them to come out of the statue. I mean, most people forget that even exists, and so you're like, oh, look, there's a health pack there. I need that. As the Discords, one's onto the Diva, one's onto the Reinhardt. Let's see if that comes into play. And the preferable Discord is on the side of Dallas Fellas, so now there's a Discord on. It seems like it's being tossed between the Zarya and the Diva for extra rice, please. Graviton comes out, and it gets a lot, but there's just not a lot to capitalize off of. Some Buckaroo killing off Bayern, and this is going to be a disadvantage fight coming in. Are they even going to be able to touch because of this Graviton? The boop away, they are going to be able to touch back in short. There's a chance that they clutch up this fight. They got some more kills on the board, and all of a sudden, that happened so fast. All the kills just poured in, and ironically, just as the Rhine was coming back is when they failed.
Yeah, just as the respawn came through, neither Reinhardt were there, so all the damage could be applied. And the moment that Transcendence came in with no grabs online, they were just being used. that transcendence comes in, all that damage coming in, completely nullified while all the damage being output is all landing. And just one by one, very quickly, Della is able to hold this, but not before losing 2 ticks. You're going to see a few more ults come through. Those bombs, especially, going to do have the potential to do a lot of damage.
Speaking of bombs, one comes in, and it's some Buckaroo taking out the mech and Ryan. This should be the end of the fight here. Bayern going down as well. And that's 4 minutes and 30 seconds for the side of Team Boomers.
Some Buckaroo, she got a great bomb off that, got that one pick, and the rest of it snowballed. All you need to do is get one pick on that first point, and you get a tick. One pick to a tick. And when you only need to get one more tick, you win the point there. They're going to have to pushing a bit forward, holding more on the graffiti part of the walls, on the bar. They're going to have the ults to hold the point. They have all the support ults. You can see Dallas come in with their ults as well. It's going to be 5 versus 5.
Yeah, this is just going to be a VFX festival. I mean, fireworks just in time for 4th of July is all I'm going to say. The Diva Bomb just doesn't matter if there's a Transcendence. It does 1,000 damage at its closest ranges. Tweaker getting the kill there, and that's 2 as Dallas Fellas, the EU map bringing them good luck.
Yeah, it is on the EU soil. That is true. Boomers lost all their ults there. All but the Shatter. So they're not looking in a good position here, Dallas.
That is the fastest I've ever seen a Diva mech killed.
Well, there's only one person out, and it is the Diva mech. Discord goes on. A lot of damage can be applied from a guild's composition. Even though there are no damage dealers, it is highly effective. Dallas, though, only have the one portal about to come in with that grab as well. It's going to be uncontested. They're going to try and get that off. They can. They will have massive advantage.
The Shatter comes out. It's blocked. Kills for both sides. Short and Bayern, though, killing the Lucio and the Reinhardt, which will make it harder for them to retreat. They're going to try to find value on Short as a bit of an overextension, but Short just going to find value on them. This has been fantastic for Dallas Fellas. It's been what we've been wanting to see from them.
Yeah, they're taking the aggression here on the defense. Last time they were playing a bit too defensive, letting Boomers come out of them. Now they're going on to Boomers. Boomers have to come out of this small choke, and they're going to come...
Oh! There is a Transcendence here. So, it won't be completely effective, but Diva Bomb in to kill the Zenyatta. But some Buckaroo says, I'll do you one better as she drops a 2k Diva Bomb onto the Lucio and the Zenyatta. So the fight advantage is 2 Boomers. Shatter is down. Second one, I believe, in this fight because of the Graviton. Oh my. This is looking real good for Team Boomers, but once again, they're already all the way, they're all the way back at the beginning of Streets. They still have a long way to push it.
Team Boomers taking a page out of Sung Tzu here. The opportunity to defeat the enemies, but then by themselves. Dallas used the Transcendence and the Sound Barrier at the same time. That just allowed the bomb to come right through. They had the Shatter and the Transcendence if they needed. They used the Shatter there just to clean it up. Dallas had nothing to counteract any of that. You see the Diva 7 coming through here. We're going to see more ults coming through. Dallas need to get that off before the point gets taken and need to ult first.
They're going to have trouble doing that. I mean, they're being forced way into the back. Discord onto the Reinhardt. Shatters in as well as the Graviton. So they've used a lot of their CC, but there are no kills on the board. Support all choose! Another big Shatter. Ruthless Santos just got to swing forward. Some Buckaroo with a Diva Bomb to cap it all off.
Yeah, those actually both off-take ults were used after 5 people went down, after 2 picks were already taken.
True.
Very interesting that they would have opted to use it. Yes, it is at the end of the point. You want to make sure it's capitalized on and that you take the point. Now, 2 minutes left. You're not going to get many ult economy cycles here in Dallas. You're going to come in with just about everything. Already using that rally. You're going to come in with 4 more ults than that. And Boomer's not going to have anything besides the rally to counter this.
Uh-oh. This is the Shatter Bomb combo! It lands on the 4! Oh my god! Quaker! Quickly quieting the enemy!
an incredible bomb there by the Diva Stagger as well. You cannot ask for a much better bomb than that. We've seen some Buckaroo just get so many consistent tempo bombs. It's very good her play, but XD coming in with just a huge bomb there, and Dallas still have the ult advantage coming in, and now the man advantage as well.
Yes, Mickle Sander taking out Damatan, but it's still time to push in for Dallas Fellas. They want to press that gas as hard as possible. Less than a minute left as Team Boomers still struggling to come up with ults. They don't have two of their support ults and probably won't for these final pushes.
Yeah, they're still going to have that Transcendence to counteract the grab. We could see the grab coming from Team Boomers just use both the Transcendence and Sound Barrier from Delos. We could very easily see that if that does happen, the Shatter is going to make the difference, and the fight goes way too long. We'll see those bombs come into usage as well.
That is a big Graviton. Quaker, though, can't capitalize off of it. He used it last fight, but the Shatter actually lands on to 2. The same can be said for the side of the Dallas Fellas. Kills found for both sides, so this fight still very much into contention. 10 seconds left. Team Boomers are on the point and moving it, but Dallas Fellas, we could see something crazy here from Quaker to finish it off. Lucio still trying to buy as much time. Maybe a bit of a feed.
Well, aiming, actually used the Sound Barrier, but got stunned mid Sound Barriers. That's a great play from Damn on that Brig. Ult's gonna be online. It's gonna favor Boomers, but the longer this fight goes on, the more Dellas are gonna build up their ults, and the more they're gonna get the respawns here. The bombs, it's gonna come down to these bombs here. If they can get that wipe with the bomb, that's all they need.
Yeah, some Buckaroo didn't find any value except the Diva mech there. Both rallies were used at the same time. Beat from Eco, and now kills here for Team Boomers on the attack, as they will all be mopped up by that spinning Reinhardt, as they're going to cap this, but in overtime. So that means if Dallas Fellas, if they push it all the way, all they need is a tick.
Yeah, just that one tick. If they can push it with more than a minute, Team Boomers can very easily play a strategy where it guarantees them time in the end. There's a very, very highly skilled, highly complicated way to do that. It's still a possibility. Not sure they will. I think they want to just go in and make sure that Dallas don't even take the point at all the way to third. They do not want that to happen. That is worst case scenario for them. But Boomers, excellent opening there. They got the bomb, an underrated pick onto the other Diva, the bomb, taking out the Diva before they can use the bomb. And they didn't pop the bomb when they went to once they were out of mech, unable to get back in with that bomb. And the rest of it, the ults were there to capitalize on the Diva not being there. Grabs come through, Transcendence comes through. We see, I believe, a Shatter in there, maybe 2, definitely at least a 1. And Boomers just able to capitalize so efficiently, so lethally here. And now coming to this next point, the swap rounds here. Possible?
Is it possible? Is it legal? Is it according to the rules?
It is not according to the rules. We are not going to see the Moira, at least from that person. That is a Zarya slot. We need to have a Zarya, Diva, Lucio, Brig, from what I believe the rules state. There it is, a swap on Zarya. Going to see that the mirror match once again, but now on the defense.
Oh, faking out the fire strike there as they go up the top entrance. Bit funny there. Alright, funny business here from Dallas Fellas. But what? Was Bayern even existing at any point in time? I mean, he was gone so fast.
Yeah, that's what happens. Stun, Discord, and damage of Ghost. It is a surprisingly lethal amount of damage. You don't realize how quickly you will go down, especially if you get a high charge Zarya that fast.
Oh my god, again. Extra rice, please. Just making sure this is going to be a game full of resetting for Dallas Fellas.
Dallas need a reset here. Then they push in. They're going to have to build up ults as well. And Movies is going to have a great advantage on just about everywhere already at the Transcendence. 50% more to their Shatter. Sorry, 40% more to their Shatter. They're going to have a huge ult advantage coming through.
Indeed, the opening kill there. Absolutely massive. And now we're going to see both the Ryan and the Brigitte go down. As we said, either of those people going down is a bit of a red alert. Mickle Sander gets stuck behind the wall.
And Reinhardt dying here. When has anyone ever seen a Reinhardt be under 40% at 2.5 minutes here? Just incredible stall of the old progression for Dallas Fellas by Team Boomers. They're gonna have almost all 6 besides the Diva Bomb. They just have the ults and they just need to use them here and they will win.
It's a massive shatter. Transcendence is out, but I mean, to be fair, I haven't even seen that in my comp games. No, nonetheless, a CGL game. Shatter's out, only going to land the Diva as well as the Sound Barrier. Lots and lots of ults used for Dallas Fellas, and now all they have left is the Diva Bomb, which they're probably going to throw in right here, right now. Sound Barrier's out, so it's not going to find any value. Basically, no ults for either team. It comes down to who is the better team, and it's looking like that maybe Dallas Fellas. The stall is here, though, so it is winnable. The Shatter in, trying to find value. 2 kills. This one could be brought back from the absolute depths of the earth. Team Boomers somehow going to hold on, and now there's 1 minute 30 seconds left.
Boomers just come back. They came back with the Reinhardt who died very early on. Wasn't saved by the Transcendence. Come back with a huge shatter and a full of people. And just capitalized on 2 of them. Got those 2 picks, Lucio, Reinhardt, and they're able to hold. They're going to come back in this fight with ult. Although they're going to be down at the beginning. They need the Zen to get that Transcendence to counter. Is grab, which we're going to try and use through this hotel. A bit of positioning advantage.
Yeah, avoids that Diva Bomb. But it seems that they're going to use the Transcendence early on, which is a bit confusing to me, because now that Graviton will not get countered. This will be massive, but they won't even need it. As the fight's going to end, next fight, there's going to be no Transcendence for Dallas Fellas. This is not good, and there's less than 1 minute left to go.
Yes, well, I'll tell you why Dallas used that. They tried to keep their Reinhardt alive as they went for Shatter, but they died during the Shatter, or at least after they used it, didn't get any value out of it, and now come in at a huge disadvantage.
The Diva Bomb gets 3! As only 1 for XD Queeker, trying to do her one better, but you can't do some Buckaroo one better. As 15 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they can get the touch there, which is big time. They've used both support ults. Zenyatta's taking a very long look into each other's eyes. Brigitte may be a little bit too far up, and now the Shatter in! This could be the opening! All of a sudden, after a very, very, very long time being stalled out, Dallas Fellas find their step. And of course, it's a time without the Transcendence.
Yeah, Boomers are actually, both sides made the mistake of Transcendence and Sound Barrier at the same time. It's just Dallas had the Shatter to capitalize on it. They had the ult, the only other ult in the game, while both teams just wasted their support ults at the same time. The Zens built up a lot of ult charge from that, and now it's going to be a completely new ult economy coming in here. Team's going to be very even on that. We're going to see if they come in. That Shatter comes through.
Oh, so sad. Oh my lord, that is a big eat. Now Short does not have the Graviton online, but I also think it was a bit of a malfunction of positioning in the last fight for Dammit Tam. It was a little bit too far up. Speaking of malfunction of position, Ruthless Santos is going to be taken down. Diva Bomb, kind of the last hope here. Smickle Sander taking down 2. Big time from him.
Oh, Team Boomers, although being on the back foot here, they're kind of saving for this last fight. You can tell it with their ult economy. They're using the 2 tank ults that charge extremely quickly. You're going to lose Buckaroo, who's nowhere near the ult they used at the end there, but they're going to build up the graph. They're going to build that Shatter up again, and then they're going to have their 2 support ults to sustain through whatever Dallas has. They just need to get another good hold here, and they can bring it to that overtime fight. But they might not be able to get that fight off with the 2 ults coming in, the 2 off tanks from Dallas, and that Transcendence. It's going to be whoever first and gets that first pick is most, I'd say, who wins this fight.
Yeah, but sure, it gets eaten again! Some Buckaroo has been performing like no one else in this game, and the Shatter comes after the Graviton, which is big because it'll outlast the Transcendence. However, they do use the ultimates correctly, and the Shatter Bomb comes up huge! Queeker with 2. This fight's still all even, both support ults being used for Team Boomers. They're trying to stay alive. trying to win this one. Basically, have the same heroes up in there. They're trying to find the value, but so far they haven't found any, and this is just gonna let Dallas Fellas push forward, but it seemed they might have found an error! Oh, that is a big shatter from the side of Team Boomers. They're looking to shut this one down, turn this car right around. The Boomers looking to fight back and win this one short. So low, Transcendence has to save him. Bayard all the way back at spawn, trying to come back, but Ruthless Santos happy and healthy on point. As I say that, immediately melts it down, and look who comes in just in time. Sub-Buckaroo and Queeker both trading Diva Bomb kills, so numbers are still on the side of Dallas Fellas. Now, all even again. This has been a crazy course of events. However, it seems that there has finally been an edge. Dallas Fellas managed to cap.
You could spend an hour analyzing that and not even soak in 50% of the information there. There were sacrifices. There was single ults to get people who had ults out of it. Right at the end there, we saw Drew with a great bomb onto aiming to take that sound barrier out, but it just wasn't enough. The picks came through after a while. The Reinhardt's not there. The Reinhardt respawns for Dallas, and Team Rivers just not there. We're going to see the ults come into play this fight.
Yeah, speaking of ults, Ruthless taken out earlier, and now Fletchy in a bad position. Gonna be taken down first in the fight, and the rest will follow. And there's a chance they finish this one with more than a minute on the clock. While Team Boomers had this massive time bank, Dallas Fellas did not, and they're still looking to finish in better time. Graviton could be huge here.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the minute since there's only 30 seconds left. The ult's definitely gonna be in there so that they could definitely take it.
The Graviton! The Grav 9! It works! Incredible! And now, Dallas Fellas in an unbelievable comeback here somehow have more time than Team Boomers to cap this first point.
Yeah, well, that was actually just, they were the only one with ults, really. Boomers were going to build those ults as it came up. They were going to have more and more as the fight went on. But they needed to get on the point. Immediately grabbed off the point. A genius play. And they had the ults to get those kills before Boomers would have been able to get their ults online. I believe the highest ult they had was 90 and or 80. And the rest were beyond that. The Boomers would have had to sustain a fight for a while. It was the support ult that was going to be built up first. But that might not have been enough to get those ults. Even with the enhanced ult charge, Dallas just had every right to win that in essence. There's so much ult charge coming, or just so many ults coming through.
Yeah. Team Boomers now on the back foot. Like, they did not think, you know, when they first capped the point with 428, that they would be on the back foot. But all of a sudden, an unbelievable rally from Dallas Fellas, winning so many fights in a row.
Yeah, just fight after fight after fight, and it almost looked like at the end of the second, it was going to go to Boomers. But Dallas just able to come back in with those respawns, come through, clutch it up, and now they're going to be on the defense here. And once again, a mirror match. Not really seeing a deviation from the team. They're comfortable with what they're playing. A lot of charge immediately coming through as well as a Discord here and there. A lot of damage.
Yeah, and this is what I love about Overwatch. Fights can turn on a dime, and then turn again, and then turn again. And you really won't know who's going to win, you know, going into the fight, or frankly coming out of the fight sometimes. But that's a big kill early on. Team Boomers looking to just push on to point. Get at least a few ticks here, if not the entire objective. They're going to be left with about 10 seconds before it goes into overtime. They're going to manage to cap before then. That big early Ryan pick, just so difficult to do, but Smickle Sander, an early kill. This could be the time for them to push forward, as now the kills on their side. Just Diva left on point, gonna be taken down real quick. Lucio gonna be able to touch again. Will they get another touch? They won't. That is the weirdest spot for that payload to be stalled. I don't think I've ever seen it stalled there. As now, Dallas Fellas only need to basically cap the point here.
Yeah, well, I've actually saw that stall yesterday in last night's game between Nino and Dynamo, and I'll tell you this, there was an incredible hold by the defending team. I forget who it was, but the defending team were able to actually win off of holding. It was 9.1 something or 9 point something. It was just a like 1 meter off. So this is exactly at it. Now, way that this game mode works is that if it is on escort, you cannot draw. If you do not push the point at all, you can test this on any of the pure escort maps. If the first team, the attacking team does not push it all, and the defending team does not push it all, the attacking team that attacked first will win. So
Are you sure about that? I believe. I remember when people were throwing, people would stall the payload at the same exact position and get draws on any map.
I'm not sure if they changed that, or if I.
Yeah, if we've heard this actually could be a draw, if we see the same thing that just happened where the payload doesn't move at all, pretty much. It moved a little bit, but if they don't give up much, there's a technical chance for a draw, but it'll probably end in a W or an L here. But that's big, getting that cap, so there won't be the draw potential that we've seen in the past. So low. Gonna be forced away. Team Boomers have to play around this corner, otherwise that Discord's just going to melt them down! Damn it, Tam down! This is the opening for Dallas Fellas to cap this one. And it seems that they got that second death. It's gonna be really hard here for Team Boomers to get a recontest and try and stop them immediately after they capture this objective here.
Are going to be able to come back in. They just need to come in before that payload gets anywhere, which they might just be able to do here. The ult's going to come in from both sides, trying to keep people off that point. They kill Bayard,
but the Graviton keeps them away, but it won't be in time. They just got to push it out. They're going to get the touchback. Ryan shattered. 2 people shattered. Quetchy kills Ryan, man. There's no way that they hold here. Diva Bomb out, but the sound barrier cancels it out. As Transcendence here. Dallas Fellas trying to do anything, and Bayard gets some buckaroo. This could be it. The kills are here. Both Ryan and Brigger down, and Dallas Fellas has done it. They take Kings Row as Neon. We are in for one hell of a series.
Yeah, this one has the potential to go very long. If you actually look at that, Boomers didn't push a point at all once they capped it, and Dallas, once it came out to that point, it's 0.01. Fidelis actually, I believe, did have to take that fight in order to win. I'm not sure what would happen if they didn't. It might have actually been a draw, but just securing that win, not going into the unknown regions of what could have happened here. And Dallas just had that transcendence at the end, the only ult left. They were down 1, but no one can die through that transcendence. And all of a sudden, the support ult of the rally is gone. It has a time that it depletes, and then the damage can start really coming in, and no damage onto you. And that's Della's taking map number 2, tying the series up.
Oh man, so good to watch, but I believe we are going to be going to a quick intermission. So get your snacks, especially get your popcorn, because this one, well, it's going to be a fun one. Dallas, Boomers, all tied up 1-1. Next map, I believe, will be Assault. Oh, it will be, we just heard it is officially Hanamura. So, we're going to be going, we've gone to China, we've gone to the UK, and now it's time to go to Japan. We'll see you on the other side. Welcome back in, everyone. Dallas Fellas just tied it up. And so we're all even between Team Boomers and Dallas Fellas going into Hanamura, which is known to be like one of the tempo setters once the game's gotten started. If one team's rolling, they'll usually get the 3-0. If it's back and forth though, it'll often end, in a very close win or loss or a draw. So this will definitely kind of set the tone for the rest of the series.
So far we've seen a 99 point on Legion Tower. The last map, Kings Row, went to 4-4 in quite literally millimeters difference in this, just barely seconds between who would have won and who would have lost. and now we're gonna come into Hanamura 2CP, which is very close of team skill. It's gonna be incredible to see how the teams are gonna play on this point.
Indeed, as we are going to go, to the aforementioned Hanamura. Once again, I will say this anytime we go on Hanamura. It's one of the most beautiful maps in the game. Understandable why our Lord and Savior Chef Billy loves this map.
Yeah, it is a great map, great architecture as well. Love the architecture. But just overall, there's a lot of high ground usage, there's a lot of low ground usage, and there's a lot of medium ground usage as well. Very diverse map that can run a lot of things. Usually, you can see a bunch of cheese compositions on here. You can see some of the only uses of Sombra, Fashion, and if you can use those styles of those compositions in your GOATS comp, you can have a lot of success with the GOATS on this map. It's one of the most diverse GOATS map in the entire game, while still being a great GOATS for standard GOATS.
Yeah, we're gonna see standard goats from both sides. I don't think there's any variations allowed in this tournament, such as Sombra goats or May goats, which was a bit disappointing. But you know what? I get it. You gotta see the pure goats. Who's best at goats? Not Sombra goats or May goats. What about goats, you know? So, shield bash in. Ruthless Santos will kill off the Brigitte from the other team, Ryan. So, and the Shatter already out. This is going to end the fight for Dallas Fellas, as Team Boomer's gonna win this.
Yeah, Team Boomers immediately came in, got the pick, got the ult. Nothing much Dallas could do except back up. They also lost their D.Va. Bit of time wasted on that stall, but the ults are now going to come in for Dallas. They're going to have 3 coming in here, and the rest at 50 to 60. Boomers all at 80, 70, except for Santos, who already used that ult. So Boomer's gonna have to stall this fight out just enough to get their 4 ults online.
Oh, that was a big debate move. Made him think that they were all going into the small room, but no. However, Ruthless Santos still takes out the Zenyatta. Ruthless Santos has become the flanker for this team. Screw a Sombra when you have a Reinhardt. As it seems that Dallas is gonna take another fight loss.
Yeah, Dallas, they kind of get stalled out with that Transcendence coming in from Extra. Not much they could really put in. And Dallas is not able to capitalize. They couldn't use any of their other ults. Now they have those ults built up here. I'm going to see what they can do.
Yeah, we have the Shatters online for both sides, but it lands first. The Shatter, boom! It may hit, and it's going to land on the Smiggle Sander and the D.Va mech. However, the remake may be there. In fact, there's 2 kills on the board. Dallas Fellas maybe have found their opening. They've killed both the Brigitte and the Reinhardt, and we're already seeing Boomers trying to run for the hills as fast as possible.
Not much you can do except for run for the hills here, or in this case, to the temple. They're down 2. They're down the Reinhardt and Brig, I believe. You can't really do a GOATS fight without those 2 characters. It is extremely hard, especially when the ultimate is not in your favor. Dell is able to take it. Now going to start going. We're going to see where they go. It does look like they're going to go on the high ground. Yes, they do go onto the high ground. It's being scouted out by some Buckaroo. That's a great play from her. Scouting out, knowing where they're going to come through. They're actually going to swap all the way to the ground and just rush right onto the point here. Ults aplenty.
Yeah, that was quite speedy from them. Bayern has the Shatter, lands it onto no one, I don't think. Yeah, oh, no, there's the Shatter. Sorry, there are so many VFX on my screen right now. As Transcendence back into the fight to try and keep Team Boomers alive. They need to win this defense, and they managed to kill the Reinhardt. So this should be a disengage here for the side of Dallas Fellas, as they may stagger the Brigitte here.
That just may be able to kill the Brig.
Well,
not
kill the Brig.
quite.
My bad. Wait,
not quite.
Ryan? Alright, if Ryan would have gotten the boop, that would have been like, this is why Gold Brig isn't GM Brig, you know? But not one of those situations.
Yeah, there's not much you could do. The Brig just caught out. No real escape room for a Brig. Possibility if you're able to get to that high ground to shield bash across, but you're not able to in this situation. And they're going to have to come back. They're going to have a few ults on Board 5, actually. Gonna already use one of them for the initiation here. Boomer's gonna have to find something with the two off-tank ults and the Reinhardt coming ult as well coming in to stall this fight out.
Yeah, some Buckaroo, there's going to be the grab bomb here. It's almost inevitable, right? No. Waiting out the Transcendence may be a smart move, but maybe too late. Ryan, man, and Bayern getting 2 kills. Once again, killing the Brig and the Reinhardt, the big targets. As now, some Buckaroo not going to find that value. No ultimates for the recontest except Shatter. Ruthless Santos having to come up big. Will that even be the case? Queeker takes down Tam as well. FYI, if you guys didn't know, this is the version of Goats where you can shield bash through the Rhine shield. Zarya falls off! So they basically effectively lost someone for a limited amount of time. As now, Zarya back into the fight, and we see that impact nearly immediately. The kills are there. Charging and trying to find value is Ruthless Santos, but this is quite the fast cap at minute. Not fast, but fast for the situation that they were in.
Yeah, that was a really good capitalization on the fact that they had the ult economy advantage by just a few miles there. Team Boomers had no support ults. They just had tank ults, only had offense, no defense. The moment Dallas got anything offensive is the moment that it was won by them. Then they just had to weather the storm of the ults coming through, use the Transcendence, doesn't get any value because there's no one alive on the point to get any value off, especially since the Reinhardt died just before the Transcendence ready to come through. You're holding up on respawns. You need to use that Transcendence to get the people in. It's a very hard situation to know when you need to and can even set the game up so you can get that Transcendence. Really, you want to use the Transcendence as it's the only thing on the point for everyone else to come back in. So then you're kind of starting off on an even playing field again, but just unable to get that from Team Boomers. It's a very hard situation to find yourself in. And Della's gonna just took all the advantage of that as they could. Did lose his Zarya there for just a few seconds from a bit of a fall off the map. Still able to come in, immediately capitalization on the Zarya being back, that extra damage, able to put it over. And now we're gonna see once again another mirror map or another mirror composition. Who would have guessed? It's always the same thing because they love running it, or at least are most comfortable with this composition, and they're doing really well with it. Gonna see how they push in here. Boom's looking to get a bit of revenge. They need to do something here.
Yeah, I also think I'm a bit confused on why Summerkaroo, she didn't use that Diva Bomb onto the Graviton on the bridge when she had the Diva Bomb. I'm a bit confused there. That could have gotten a lot of value, instead saved it for a new mech. And it didn't end up working out, obviously, for Team Boomers. Maybe they can find some better value. It seems that ultimate usage was a bit of an issue in that last round. I think we can both agree that for the side of Team Boomers. So now it's time to see if they fix that issue. Although, first fight, not going to be a lot of ultimates coming online. Maybe Ruthless Santos' Shatter or Shord's Graviton. As just trying to find the opening pick. Well, it seems that Smickle Sander has onto Extra Rice, please. Trade it out, though, for the Brigitte, which is a much more high-value pick. Short will use the Graviton, and the rest of the team will fall. Team Boomers going to be coming back to this next fight with a lot of those aforementioned ultimates.
Yeah, and those ultimates, Dillas had to use that grab to keep themselves in this fight. They lost one. The respawns are going to come back in for Boomers. And just as that grab went through, or just before that grab was, or just after it was over, the Zen came back in with the Transcendence. Couldn't use it here. So now they're going to have to come in with the ults.
Oh, that was a really pretty Shatter, but once again, doesn't find any value. We've seen a lot of those from Santos, where no value can be found. Shatter comes in, doesn't quite hit Santos, but the swings afterwards managed to do so from Ryan. Transcendence out for Team Boomers, which is a big time problem. In a lost fight, they used so many ults. Well, no, they used Shatter and Zettel, and now they're actually coming up on Diva Bomb. It seems like they're actually in pretty good shape. My bad there.
Yeah, well, Team Boomers, they are going to be in great shape for this. There's no real support ult for Dellas. They have that Rally, the weakest of the 3 support ults, usually used as an offensive, one of the most versatile ones. There's going to be the grab to try and do something here, which are both going to pop here, but Boomers just going to have too many ults.
Yeah, Team Boomers using the sound barrier to resist, and the Shatter! Oh. Fellas, what was that? And now Team Boomers have used a lot of their ults here, and some Buckaroo's going to get, yeah, destroyed there. Big time stagger.
Yeah,
Still
there's
with
not much
ult,
you can. Yeah, there's not much you can do there. Just Dallas came in, built the ult up, and they used it immediately. Team Boomers gonna have to come in something. They're gonna have a bunch of stuff to work with. They're most likely gonna get that Zarya at the end or in the middle of that fight, and that's gonna be their fifth ult. Dallas only have that Transcendence and the bomb coming up.
Huh.
So Boomers have everything they need to take this here. See if they can capitalize on it.
That shatter somehow hits too, but somehow some Buckaroo kills Short there. As now this is a numbers advantage for the side of Team Boomers. They get another kill. That's what they're looking for. Extra rice, please. Getting those kills that were very much so necessary. Some Buckaroo going to be taken out of mech, but it seems that Team Boomers will win this one.
Team Boomers finally just threw everything at the wall, and it stuck. It's gonna be rather hard for them to take this second point, seeing how much they did struggle there taking that first point. It took them a while to get that ult economy on the line and running in their favor. It's one of the harder things to do when you're playing the goats. Dallas just had a better usage of it, if not for the just by almost kneecapping themselves with that ult economy. So we're going to see if they can take this. It's going to be a rather hard fight. They're going to need to do something with these ultimates, as Della's going to be able to build their ults up during this fight. That's going to be the crucial thing. Will Della's coming with the respawns of those ults, and if they can, they'll have a long hold.
Well, Ruthless Santos taking so much damage early on. You're seeing where all the ult charge for Dallas Fellas is coming from, but it seems that they're going to be able to drop and touch point, kind of like we saw before from Dallas Fellas. Transcendence out early, not really avoiding any ults, and now Transcendence is out with now Graviton's out, as Eco Wolf gonna be taken down for the side of Team Boomers. It seems another ultimate mishap ends up happening, as Ruthless Santos gonna be cleaned up as well. This is an issue for the side of Team Boomers.
At first, we saw Dallas use their Transcendence Cyber at the same time, and then they kind of stopped doing that just as Team Boomers started to do that on King Bro. And now Boomers having to find some way to nullify or just reset their old economy. They need to look at here and take a nice long look, analyze it, see what the other team, what Dallas might have, only have that bomb. So Boomers, they'll have a really good shot taking all three here. They're going to build their three ults up before Dallas, and that's a huge advantage.
Yeah, some Buckaroo looking to land a big Diva Bomb here. But it seems that's 4 kills from Shore. Just go off and get 4 kills, gang. Just do that, and win the fight. Because now your team has a bunch of ultimates because of you.
Yeah, and Boomers actually use their grab. And usually when you're the one using grab, your team ends up getting the picks. But it was the exact opposite. People in that grab were still able to get picked one way or another. Dallas going to come in with just so many ults. Boomers are going to try and use their ults as well, but Dallas, they just need to play a very defensive here, and they will take this.
Yeah, extra rice, please, with the Transcendence, using it to stay alive, and Queeker and Bayer, and getting 2 kills here. And this time, Boomers did use a lot of those ults, in fact, almost all of them, to where only the Rally and Shatter are left standing, and they have not even gotten really close.
I know, Boomers, it's just like Dallas have the ult economy in their hands and manipulating it every single second. They use 2 ults there, and they get the ult that they want out of Team Boomers. There's 2 support ults. There's not going to be much sustain coming in here on Team Boomers. Possibly last attack. They're just going to have a lot of offense, and they can't land that offense against Dallas. Both of their heavy support ults, they won't be able to get in.
Yeah. Ultimates coming in from both sides. The big shadow, Ruthless Santos, try and find the value. But once again, damn it, Tam, my bad. Finally finding the value here. As Team Boomers on point now. It is overtime. This will mean that Dallas Fellas still won't need only 1 tick. They will need to fully capture. But it seems that the Zenyatta still has not been taken down for Dallas Fellas. Going downstairs now. They've found some Buckaroo. They've found Eco Wolf. They're looking to bring the fight back. There's a Transcendence on point, and somehow people are dying. Ruthless Santos, Bayern and Ruthless Santos going down, both of them here, but it seems that Dallas Fellas will come out on top here, and now they've just won 2 in a row and looking to finish it all up here. That, I mean, if we're talking about this map as a tone center, that sure set the tone for Dallas Fellas to 3-1 here.
Yeah, they could very easily. It's actually going to be a 4-1 because it is first to 4 in the finals.
4-1.
Yeah. So Dallas just ult economy win games so efficiently. Team Boomers didn't have anything throughout the entirety of that match. They just didn't have the ult economy when they needed it. Dallas a lot more this round, seeming like they were in control of it, while on King's Row it seemed like they were just kind of getting there when they needed to as a very clutch, somewhat lucky thing. This round proved that that was a bit of their skill, and they're now took what they had there and they elevated it a few levels. And now if they can just keep this play up, I don't see Boomers winning this series.
Yeah, I would agree. But you know what? At least with Boomers, they know what at least they should know what their issue is right now. And it's pretty easy to fix. It's their ultimates. They're popping them off at weird times. Transcendences aren't getting value onto every team member, and they're not being used during ultimates that Dallas Fellas is using. Like, I remember Dallas Fellas, they had the grav in the bag. We see Transcendence come out from Team Boomers. They wait until the trans is done, and then they grab because there's no Transcendence. Like, that's an issue. You need to be saving your Transcendences for when the other team is using those big ultimates as well. Let's go on to our next map, which, what is it? Need to hear from behind the scenes. It is Rialto. I mean, we've gone all over the world. I mean, if we would have gone to Route 66, then we've gone like on a full round trip. But you know what? We're going to Italy. We're going to Rialto on escort. I love this map personally. If we're once again, we were just talking about Hanamura and how it looks so good. I mean, this is in my top 5 for like maps that look really great. It's just so good.
Well, originally making its debut as, I believe, a Retribution Overwatch event. It's one of the escort maps that we will see here. Possibly, I think the only escort map that we will see in this series. Could very easily be the only one. We will see, though. Once again, we're going to get a mirror matchup. A lot of high ground and a lot of low ground to be used. Not much middle ground at all. Team Boomers on the defense. We'll see if they can fix their ult economy woes. We'll see how they do.
Yeah, moving point early on. You got to watch out for the boops. They can be quite deadly. At least I've seen them in past games be very, very vicious. Ruthless Santos already at 33% for that ultimate. Team Boomers getting a lot of value ultimate-wise on defense here. It actually was a substitution I think we might have missed. As Schlooper is in now on the Zenyatta. And I believe Smickle was taken out. That is a massive shatter! What is that? No value gotten off of that. What? How do you not get value off of the 6-man shatter? That is not a good sign. But in the other direction, a 5-man shatter looking for the same value. Graviton out as well as the Transcendence and Rally. Fletchy actually getting the pick there, even though he was in the grab. And another shatter. What on earth? If we see another one, this would be the craziest fight ever. All of the shatters going into that fight. And look at that. Ruthless already getting close enough to another one.
They just had the ults there. They got a lot more damage off. They got the ult charge faster, but they used it a bit more recklessly here. Della's going to be able to come in with their tank lineup pre-secured here, as well as the rally. That could make a huge difference. And the substitution that we were talking about is actually going to be some Buckaroo getting subbed out. Extra going onto the Diva net.
You are right, but the charge combo! Extra rice, please! Speak of, because that was a big time combo.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed with that swap. I'm actually very surprised that they did do the swap because I saw Buckaroo as possibly the MVP of Team Boomers up to this point. But now they're gonna take extra onto that diva. Immediately has good value. 2 minutes already down, and Team Boomers looking very strong with a good ult economy.
Yeah, and here, as Team Boomers really start to take control, kills are traded. Damn it, Tam on the Brigida gonna have to have a long walk back, but extra rice, please. Really been showing up in this one. I mean, we saw a few glimmers from him so far in this match, but I mean, all of a sudden putting yourself in the conversation for player of the match just like that. As Diva Bomb is gonna get one for Queeker, but it's not gonna stop Team Boomers. They're holding this corner so tight. Tighter than a toddler with a teddy bear. I mean, this is tight.
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
Shatter again lands 4 down on the ground. This could be big, but extra rice, please, landing 2. This could possibly bring back the fight. There's only 2 on point, and one's a baby diva, but they start to get their numbers back. Sorry, I cut you off there, but that was a big diva bomb.
In order to completely find the ults just being used here, Dallas finally actually had the advantage in the ults. They only had the Transcendence coming here. It's going to be actually even now with the Transcendences. We're going to see Ruthless come in with that Shatter as the main difference maker here. The longer this fight goes, the more it will be so chaotic. Dallas is actually going to have the advantage the longer it goes.
Yeah, Shatter's coming in for both sides! The pick from Bayern Games! As now Dallas Fellas on a roll, a big boop from Ryan. As, man, Dallas Fellas all of a sudden started hitting their rhythm.
Yeah, Dallas that was a Reinhardt fight right there. That is how you win a fight as a Reinhardt, almost single-handedly there. You get the enemy to shatter, and then you immediately shatter onto them. It works quite a lot of the time. Once you get to the higher ranks, it won't really work because it'll immediately put the shield up. But with that payload there, it's kind of I don't know what I just got with my shatter. Let's see what I got. Kind of like an Easter egg almost, and then all of a sudden you can't see what you got because you're down and nothing was actually taken out by the shatter, and the counter shatter came and took out everyone. We're gonna see a bunch more ults coming through as they're starting to get used here.
Yeah, I mean, Easter, you know, classically is a zone of warfare. As here the big shatter once again from Bayard Games, landed 3 in a row, just big shatters so far. And looking for more, but maybe a bit too aggressive. Gonna get charged there and taken down. The boop from aiming like a bot is there, but it seems that Dallas Fellas are getting the kills to win this fight.
Yeah, Dallas all of a sudden just find their rhythm here. Gonna be able to push forward, taking the point here. This is very much what we saw on King's Row. In a lot of ways, they took a while to take that first point, almost into the overtime, but then once it got it, they just kept on rolling.
Yeah, Graviton out now. Team Boomers trying to find the value. As it just seems that Dallas Fellas are in such good control. Every fight Team Boomers uses ultimates, but they haven't found value with them in what feels like a very long time.
Yeah, an entire point almost, just a bit more. Dallas just very dominant. Once they get rolling, it is so hard to stop them. We've seen that throughout the entire series, not just on King's Row, but on every single match. Team Boomers gonna have to come in with something, and they really don't have anything. They're gonna have the support line ults against Dallas tanks. So Team Boomers, the longer it goes on, they could build up their tank ults. They need to build that shatter up. That could be a huge difference if they're able to get that up as the last ult and able to survive through it.
Well, the Graviton and the Ruthless Santos will take him out early on. And the shatter! It's gonna land onto 3, and they're all going to go down. So now, numbers-wise, it's gonna be really rough to try and touch again. They're going to try to put as many on point to try to get it before they can get their numbers back, although I think they will be able to at least get one man on point. That will be Ruthless Santos with the shatter. All up to him. Doesn't quite land it. A great block there. And in a minute and 20, a hard fought minute and 20, it seems that Dallas Fellas are going to take this one. Like, not this one, but you know what I mean, this round.
Yeah, very similar to what we saw in Kings Row, almost to the time as well. Those fellas able so consistent so far in this series, and they just need to keep this up, and they will win. Play at this level, and they will take it. Boomers have to play up. They have to come in with some sort of answer here, and this is the time they're gonna be able to attack. They need to bring something out here. Let's see what it is. If they don't, they will not survive.
Yeah, Boomers look to have like an unstoppable, really strong hold on that corner, and as soon as they lost it, it felt like they had no more corners to hold on to.
Yeah, very quickly. If Team Boomers were able to get a bit more onto that point, they would have been able to build some ults up. Dallas had the immediate ult advantage. The longer it would have gone on, Team Boomers would have been able to come in with those tank ults. Sorry, and Dallas would have used those portals immediately, like they did. They did use them pretty early on, although it didn't really matter because their point was already taken, so they knew they were able to use them. Team Boomers would have been able to come in, get a Lucio onto the point. They would have been able to grab, they would have been able to bomb, they would have gotten so much value out of it. Would have changed the outcome? Maybe not. Dallas would have still been able to get a bunch more ults out, but Team Boomers could very easily still have won that. Could have gone either way, and now they can come in with the attack, see what they can do here. They need to change something up. They need to take something here from Dallas. Let's see if they can pull it off.
Yeah, definitely the big question, because at the end of the day, things only go so far on paper, don't they? Schlooper gonna be taken down early on by Smickle Sander. And Dallas Fellas gonna win the fight so fast. I mean, now you have a whole lot of color time.
Yeah, a lot of time indeed. Just immediately taken out. Dallas very reminiscent of Team Boomers on their Kings Row attack. Just the aggressors now. Dallas had a bit of problems, and they've seemingly fixed it throughout this series, coming in being the I can see the team that should be able to take it here once again with just another
Smickle! Again! Another, like, first opening kill with the headshot orb. I mean, someone's got to stop Sander in the backline.
Yeah, that backline just so secure from Dallas. It is so hard. And they're just holding at the bridge. They're holding even closer than Team Boomers were. And it's working so well right now. Dallas they have it all. It is up to Team Boomers. Can they find a chink in this almost impenetrable armor? They were able to find it earlier in the series. They need to find it again, and they're gonna need to build up some ults to do it.
And here, XD Queeker, Bayern Games, both using their ults here, and they're gonna find 2 kills. Graviton will be eaten. Nice job from Extra Rice, please. Been the standout player. Actually getting a boop onto Short as well. Short's gotta be really mad at Extra Rice, please, but this is still a fight win for Dallas Fellas, and now they're gonna get a stagger. Well, actually, maybe not. They're gonna get a kill. The Shatter's out. It may shut down the rally. However, Ruthless Santos also taken down, so this fight's by no means over for the side of Dallas Fellas, as they're looking to get their Reinhardt back as well. Queeker trying to build up the Diva Bomb faster than Extra Rice, please, but frankly, what an eat! That was frame perfect. No. We're gonna see the Diva Bomb dropped right in the middle of the team. They're probably gonna lose one from that. Yeah, damn it, Tam going down, and now the rest of the team's going to fall. Minute 30 on the board. Dallas Fellas, the team from EU, maybe gonna show that they're the dominant ones here today.
XC with a huge E. As someone who does a bit of speed running in their spare time, I know what a frame perfect input looks like, and that was it right there. You cannot get much closer than that. Just impeccable reaction time there. Got that graphic. It is such a nice play.
Wait, what? The stagger. Wait, was it?
That was a boop.
That was a boop with the whip shot, I think. I mean, I feel like you have your boost, your bunny boosters with your Extra Rice, please. You should be able to get back up, and that's a big shatter. This could bring it back. Now, Bayern Games down. Looks like the rest of the team may fall. Big time from Team Boomers. They're going to use a boatload of ultimates there, but they're going to come up with a boatload more.
It gets results when they need to. You're going to have to do something here to sustain this. They're going to have a bunch of ults. Stella's going to have the ults as well. They're going to be able to get this an overtime fight on the end of first here. Dallas gonna be able to build a bunch of their ultimates up. Team Boomers gonna have to have that win condition of getting that bomb grab off. Dallas just need to sustain this fight long enough to get their other ults up.
Extra rice, please! Another double 2K Diva bomb from him. Just been getting crazy value with those. And gonna win this fight. Overtime gonna be replenished as they're going to continue pushing this thing forward.
Yeah, just an instant bomb with 2 kills. That's all you need sometimes. Just getting that first ult with the capitalization on it.
Oh, and Bayern killed early. That's gonna end this fight. That's gonna give him like 2 free corners.
Yeah, that's going to be an extremely long stall. They're going to have to do something here if they want to counteract that. Otherwise, they're just going to be out for a longer period of time. Going to come back in. That stall just allows the ult charges to be built up for Team Boomers to really come in again. But it also builds Della's up quite a bit. And with that first pick, they're going to go in with their ult and capitalize best they can.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, Bayern pretty low. Gonna need some healing. But just let the rest of your team do it. You got 4 ults online. As they won't even need to use those. Bayern in the next 2 fights will build at least a rally. And they have 4 ults here.
Yeah, Team Boomers are going to need to actually do nothing this next fight. Just get Dellas out. They're most likely going to use their ult since they are coming up on 6. They feel pretty confident here, but they cannot use it, and they're going to.
Yeah, Quaker trying to build up. That's a big shatter, but it seems like it's not going to find any immediate value. However, the shatter in the other direction is also going to get 3 on the ground. Team Boomers, a big shatter along with the rally is going to help sustain the push. As now, they are going to try and see if they can cap this in time. These late kills are going to be a big help.
Yeah, Team Boomers able to just find the small points within the fight to take capitalization of. It is a very risky, very inconsistent, but it's working very good for them throughout the series. It has kept them in this fight. You need to be a bit more consistent. We're going to see them take the 20 as the ults come through.
They can't touch. And now it lines up Boomers to get a similar oh, that's a big kill onto Santos and Eco Wolf as Bayern Games. Now they're setting themselves up for a spawn camp situation.
Yeah, well, Dallas were going to come in and win that fight. With all likelihood, they had a pretty good advantage, and Team Boomers were just able to stave them off long enough to get the point capped here. It's going to be now about even time. So Boomers going to be playing at a time disadvantage if they're even able to take third. Boomers going to come in with their ults online. Dallas going to have one more ult that grab up as well on top. Actually, Boomers, it's going to be even ult once this gets into the mid-fight.
Yeah, Shatter online for Bayern, probably trying to find some kind of value. There's a lot of shields there. Just gonna have to swing into this one. And the Shatter slightly later than the Transcendence, but it's still not gonna find enough value. Schlooper gonna take up Bayern because the Transcendence doesn't get there in time for the side of Dallas Fellas. And now, Team Boomers have the advantage here. Less than a minute to go, but they have a chance to finish the map, which is all that matters.
Yeah, and Escort, if you finish the map, you will get a chance to fight once again. Dallas, so cool, so well coordinated. They might not even let Team Boomers take this here. They're going to be down at ults, but we saw it with the Reinhardt swinging before the grab even went. See that their coordination is such a high level, and they just might be able to do it. They're going to have 3 ults coming in here. They need to build up the 2 others. Team Boomers going to have all 6 by the time this end fight concludes. So they just need to get that out.
Well, it's a big kill on the Santos early. This might end the fight as there's only 10 seconds left to go. Quaker gonna build up that Diva Bomb to just throw right on top of point. This may be it for the side of Team Boomers as they are not looking to get much more value. Schlooper taken out. Fletchy will soon be out as well. The Shatter trying to clutch it up, but they won't be able to put their bodies on the point. Honestly, I think Extra Rice Please may have had boosters and could have been able to touch there. But either way, Dallas Fellas only need one more map.
Yeah, Team Boomers, they lost their Reinhardt right off the bat. And with that early pick, the Reinhardt was going to be the initiation ult in all what it looked like that they were going to come in with the Shatter as the first ult they were going to use. And without that, the other ults that Dallas have just instantly get used they're able to capitalize, take everyone else out, who they use their ults. There's just no real coordination. Immediately it's panic, panic, panic. Their plan is gone. They need to think on the fly, and it just doesn't work out for them. They aren't able to get through that fight this time. But there's still at least one more map. They're going to have 3 more if they want to take this at least. So they're going to have to see if they're able to continue.
Yeah, well, we'll be right back after this intermission, but don't go anywhere. You know what? At this point, you probably need a refill on your popcorn. So go get that. Get some butter, because you know what you forgot last time, but you're too lazy to remember. So you just got salt. Now it's time. Melt that butter. Get your popcorn, and you know what? If you're really smart, get some M&Ms. We'll be right back with some more amazing Overwatch. Welcome back in. Dallas fellas up 3-1 as Team Boomer is trying to make a rally back, and they still haven't overcome their ultimate issues, Neon, but they have to do it here if they want a shot at winning.
Yeah, this is put up or shut up right now. Team Boomers need to figure out what they did right on that first map on Lijiang Tower. Rather, it was taking advantage of Della's. If it was just Della's not good play at the time, they need to figure out what it was that got them that win and see if they can't get that back. Right now, Della's have a great advantage. They had the momentum. They were just after King's Row and a bit on King's Row as well. After it, really, on the last 2 maps we've seen, they just dominated. They went in and they took the win for themselves. And if they're able to keep that up, just that pace of play, they're going to win at least 1 map before the Team Boomers are able to win the total of 4 that they need. They're already at 1. They need to win 3 more.
Dallas.
Yeah. Dallas just need to win the 1 more. Boomers need to win 3 more. They just need to keep this consistency up for 1 more map, and they will take it. It's looking great for them. But Team Boomers are not going to go out without 1 great fight before they go down swing as we go into map number 5, which I hear is going to be Busan.
It is, and you know, it's one of those maps where a lot of teams in this rank would insta-lock Brawl on Control. And, you know, obviously we run goats here, but it's one of those maps where you're like, well, we could run dive, we could run rock and roll, we could run double bubble, we could run rush. Like, this is a very versatile map because it's very different on each stage. So it'll be interesting to see how the goats comp will work on maps like Busan Sanctuary, which are very wide and spread out. Although this one I feel like maybe our best goats map out of them all. Just the close hallways and then the Dome of Death in the middle. I feel like this might be a fun one.
Yeah, this is on Busan. The mecha base is the 3rd best, in my opinion, of the control center points. Only behind Busan's control center and the Nepal village is the 3rd best one out of quite a few. No main tank out of Dallas yet. That small little bit of time might do them in. The Boomer is going to have to take advantage of that. They did win the last control point, which was Lijiang. They might be able to bring that magic back and bring momentum back on their side.
Didn't know there was a control center in Nepal.
I said village.
Oh, village. My bad. Either way, extra rice, please. Getting that early kill, as it seems that Schlooper is back in for the side of Team Boomers, so not going to be subbed out anytime soon, as they get a big shatter here and are probably going to win this point here.
Yeah, they are going to be able to take it here. Just a bunch of early picks, starting off with that Zen, getting the Zen out of position. It's all they really need to begin the snowball fight. Then is Shatter to capitalize on it as well. Other ult's going to be built online against the Snooper with that Transcendence, as well as Eco. She's going to get her down barrier.
That's a nice kill early on.
Yeah, a very good kill early on. That's once again, the Zen dies first. And that's what you need. That's going to cause Dallas to just hold up on their push. They're going to have a bunch of ults coming in here. They're going to need to use it, but Team Boomers might just be able to stop.
Oh, the shatter, the Diva Bomb. This may be big time. Graviton is eaten by extra rice, please. But Dallas fellas are still looking to get on that point and capitalize. Oh my god, I just realized it's a pun to say capitalize when it comes to capping the point. Either way, they will capture here.
Yes, and Team Boomers actually coming out of this fight looking stronger because they fixed their ult economy problem, at least for now. They're a bit more judicious, a bit more patient, gonna wait to use those ults. The last few maps, they would have probably just instantly ulted. Now they're waiting, and they're gonna build it up for an even bigger ult, which we're gonna see here.
That is a big shatter. Absolutely unbelievable here, as this point will be snatched right back.
Immediately Boomers come in with the one shadow, so they're gonna actually have this next fight in great position as well. Try and stall the diva out just as long as possible with the ult. Boomers, this is how you play ult economy right here. You lose a fight if you need to, but keep that ult advantage and you will win the next fight. And if you're like be really efficient with your ults, you're gonna win the next two and maybe all the fights afterwards. We're gonna have to see Boomers holding his top ground. Della's gonna make a pretty good rotation here. Actually faking it out.
Fake rotation!
Yeah, they're gonna have the ult to do something pretty big.
Yeah, there we go. The remake kill! And remember, the remake kill was nerfed! It was nerfed back to what it used to be in a big shatter! That lands on the 5! I'm still baffled because if you in our goats mode, the game mode is actually reversed to what the patch was like back then. So that's why, you know, I was so surprised because Diva, this is a 50 damage remix still. They actually cap it, Team Boomers, they cap it back now. 99%, but they get a kill for the side of Dallas Fellas. They get 2 actually. It's time for them to get back onto the objective real quick. All of a sudden, the Diva Bomb turns the entire fight. That's, once again, what I love about Overwatch.
I'm not even sure if it was the Diva Bomb itself. It was just that someone got on there in overtime or before overtime hit. Della's had 4 or 5 ults coming into that. They actually had all 6 by the end of it. Everything that they needed to take it, while Team Boomers basically had nothing. They're going to win it as long as they got back on the point, and they really get back on the point thanks to the overtime touch.
Now that's big from Bayer to try and just keep them off of the objective. 2 early kills, and that'll probably force them back.
Yeah, this is what Dallas need to do. They need to bring back some time here. Boomers just going to let their ult chart build up. They need to bring what they can back. They did use the one rally there, but they're going to be able to come back in with their other ults. They're going to try and get it before Fellas. If not, do a drive push, get those ults out. But they're going to be coming in with their tank lineup before Fellas at this rate.
Now, they're seeming to try and do the fake out push again when it comes to Boomers, but they're just not managing to do it. Ruthless Santos is going to be taken out early on. That's big time. And now they can just push through the hallway. This fight's over now.
Yeah, it's over with so little time left on the point. They're gonna be in this situation. Dallas and it's gonna be a rapid ult fight. So even no one's really gonna have an advantage coming into this. It's gonna be who can scrap the best.
Shatter is on the Bayern, and we're gonna see Zenya. Oh, there's just a bunch of VFX on top of each other. Is that a 5K Diva Bomb? Are my eyes deceiving me? Extra rice, please! What on earth was that? There's just a pile of blue bodies in the corner! Did I do that? Oh my! Wow!
Okay, picking my jaw up off the floor. Wow! That is gonna go down as just the ultimate of this game. That is without the Diva, just a small mark didn't kill the Diva, but in every other essence, getting one more person when you get 5 is okay. You don't need to get all 6. That is just so incredible coming from the Diva play. We've seen the Divas just so good throughout this whole series, and we're seeing it there as well. Going to be another mirror match coming into the the Temple Sanctum area here. Let's see if Team Boomers can keep this up, or will those get the win?
Oh my voice will be reeling for days after that one. Ruthless Santos gonna go down here. And the Discord nearly taking down Bayern, but manages to get the heals so low there, but Team Boomers are gonna be forced away as Dallas Bells can touch and catch. The Shatter? What? That was a retreating Shatter that turned the fight, and now Team Boomers, they're looking to get on point and touch and like freaking cap this thing. They got the kills.
Yeah, it was a respawn Reinhardt coming in and just gaming with their ult. They were the highest ult charge in the game before they died. And mainly because they did die, they were so aggressive, they got that ult to come back in while Dallas are just pushing forward on the retreating people. The Shatter comes down, everyone's down, and Team Boomers able to take the point early on. Gonna try and get as much momentum as they can. As Dallas can come in with a bunch of ults. It's gonna be 4-4 though. Actually no, 4-5. Dallas is gonna have that one ult advantage.
Indeed. Team Boomers have 4 ultimates on board. Well, like you just said, Dallas has 5. And it seems that neither of them have the rallies. A big Shatter early on gonna take down Super. And there's another Diva Bomb right on top of a Graviton. Queeker gonna get 1, as well as the rest that he just got. This is gonna be a fight win here for Dallas Fellas.
Yeah, they just got better ult usage out of that, more efficient ult. Just what you want out of the ults. You want to get those kills, you want to get the sustain, and they got exactly what they wanted at a higher level than what Boomers got. They got more bang for their buck in essence. And Boomers are gonna have to come back in. It's gonna be very even here. We're gonna see a Sound Barrier to a Transcendence, a double Shatter, and then Boomer's gonna be able to build up 2 ults to grab that rally, but Dallas are gonna build up their rally. Oh my!
Oh my! What is that Shatter? That was a 5-man disgusting jumping around the corner, spinning. What? Shatter? This may be one of the most like crazy ultimate heavy like games I've seen in a while.
And I don't know that, but it's all being concentrated on Busan. It's just they're bringing what they need to out. They're bringing the best that they have out right now. This is what they need to. And Dallas actually just used the 1 ult. They get the Shatter again, and now they have 4 coming up on their 5th as well to hold Boomers 2 coming up on 3.
I mean, South Korea, I guess, does dominate a lot of gaming circles, so I guess it would make sense that, of course, you know, big plays happen on Busan. The Shatter, maybe the bomb comes through with some big kills, but no. So we're still all even. Support ults used for the side of Dallas Fellas, but ones are coming up now for Team Boomers, and they've already got a kill. So they are in control. They're in the driver's seat, so to speak, but that control percentage actually continues to tick up for Dallas Fellas. They're looking to get 90% here to finish off the map, but it seems that they're not going to have the numbers.
Dallas had the ult advantage. They just weren't able to do it. They weren't able to capitalize on the ults they used. They were able to snuff out Boomer's ultimates, just smothering them with their own ultimates, but just wasn't enough. They didn't use that bomb as well. They're going to come in with a bomb rally against Boomers. Almost everything here. Boomers at 70 for the 3 ults that they don't have, and have the other 3.
Yeah, we can see a big Diva Bomb here from Queeker. Shatter. Wow, where'd the Shatter go? I mean, we've seen Shatter, and I believe that was Shatter. Actually, no, that was from Team Boomers. But we see the rally from Dallas Fellas get used here, and that is 3 support ults at one time for Team Boomers. That is an issue, because now Dallas Fellas with the Diva Bomb have a chance to get a lot of value. That's also a big Graviton. And extra rice, please! With 4! What? What is this? All of a sudden, extra rice, please! Pouring it on. And when I say it, I mean the rice. Because there's a whole lot extra here. As it seems that Team Boomers will win this one, trying to bring it back. They now have 2. It is 3-2. Wow! I mean, the only question now is it Jasmine? Is it brown? Is it fried? Or is it white? I mean, what kind of rice is this? Because it's a hell of a lot of it going on.
Team Boomers should not have won that.
No!
3 support ults, and they got the huge bomb. I am at a loss for words for one of the first times in my lives. Just
Your lives. What? You've lived multiple lives, my friend. I mean, that would make sense. Your knowledge is expansive and all-knowing. But, I mean, this has been crazy. Wow! I'm still speechless. I mean, we thought Queeker was really getting some great performance in, and to be fair, he is, but oh my gosh, out of all the D.Va players, it seems like the one that was on Zenyatta is having the most value. That's kind of crazy.
and just the overall D.Va play throughout the entire series. We mentioned it before we began the series, and are mentioning it now. Just such high level of D.Va play. I'd argue the higher level D.Va play than any other characters in this series, and we see it right there. The two huge bombs to cap points. Just incredible play all around. A little less D.Va, a little less grab eating, but making up for it with the huge ultimates. And who shouldn't have won that? 3 support ults. The other ults from Dallas are huge offensive ults. The grab, I believe they had a shatter in the pocket. Well, just the bomb comes in, takes everyone out before they're going to cap us on that. It's just so huge. I'm going to go into the 6th half. Team Rivers, if they get this momentum back up with a huge D.Va plays, now Control Sonic is a bit different. You can't just get those 1-2 huge plays to solidify. You need to be a lot more consistent. So Team Boomers might be able to take it, they might not. We'll have to see. They need to keep this up. They have a crack in Dallas. Dallas were looking so good. They looked like they were going to win coming into map number 5 into Busan. But now Team Boomers just swing that door wide open. It is anyone's game.
Yeah, it's like when a Pokemon's weak to Draco Meteor, it just ain't gonna survive. When a team is weak to D.Va bombs, you just ain't gonna survive. Because it is such a powerful ultimate. And while it does put you at a disadvantage once you use it, it can get so much value. Man, that is exactly like Draco Meteor. Either way here, this is still very much so winnable as we go into Eichenwalde, which will be our next map. As this is also really good for D.Va bombs. Let's be real, the self-destruct is a very useful tool here to be shooting over the roofs.
Yeah, although the roofs are connected to walls, which might help the people avoid the bombs, but with a great wall comes great cover. You're able to use those walls as a bit of a mask to hide the bomb, the true beauty and destructive power of the bomb. You might just get that win off. Once again, we're gonna see, oh no, hear the sirens. It's the same compositions. It's the goats with the Zen and the Reinhardt. First time I'm actually seeing an Eichenwalde map play in this entire goats tournament, or at least first one I can remember. So it's going to be a bit interesting to see how they do this. Not often played. Usually they're going to go for the other Esco map for Eichenwalde, but they're going to go with Numbani. My bad. They usually go with Numbani, but they're going to go with Eichenwalde this time. We're going to see how they.
You know what? I like Eichenwalde. I feel like it's a good brawl map, even though there's a lot of high ground. I feel like it's really fun to just watch these guys go crazy because there's a lot of oops spots here. Either way, Schlooper going down to half health and under a lot of pressure, but Short and aiming like a bot ball taken down very low. That's a big stun, a big shatter, landing onto 4 members of the Dallas Fellas squad, but it's just not going to find the value wanted as Queeker and Short are going to... Man, there's boops everywhere, aren't there? As it seems that Dallas Fellas are going to hold on to this defense for at least now.
Yeah, 5 of the 6 characters in goats in these goat compositions can boop. The Zarya has that orb, just a small bit of booping, as well as the grab pulls people in. Everyone else has good group potential. We're seeing that very heavily here, but the ultimate are going to be booped onto the enemy team here. Coming in, all the ults really online. Besides that one break from Dallas Fellas, and Boomers having a bit more time. They're not going to have the Reinhardt. Just 5-5, and they're going to be able to build them up here.
Oh, that's a big Graviton eat, and that will open it up for Team Boomers to push in and get some value with their own. However, the Transcendence is going to save Dallas Fellas, and now they're going to use that sound barrier going to the attack, but extra rice, please. There's a great Diva Bomb, landing it on the Smickle Sander, taking out the Zenyatta early on. Now one team has a Discord, one does not, and that Ryan is feeling it right now. There's going to be a contest on the point, but I don't think it'll last long. As this fight's over. So Neon, what happened there?
Just a lot of damage, a lot of ults. Boomers were able to get the advantage of the ults, and they actually were able to take Ryan on the brig out right before that rally came online. Actually, as it came online, they died, and then the rally came on, and they had the ults. They had the rally and the December being completed as there's just no ults on the field being used, so Team Boomers were able to utilize that. Now they could come in with their rally and the grab and just get what they can.
That is a big graviton, and Bayern gets 3 with the swings. Doesn't catch the Diva, but they're going to at least hold on to this bridge area, which honestly is a good choke, but it's not held on to commonly.
Yeah, no, not commonly held on at all, because you can just kind of go around on the right and get a nice attack on the back line, which we're surprisingly not seeing. We're going to see a straightforward fight here. Very rare you see anyone hold here. There is ults online that shatter, the bombs, the transcendence.
That is a big shatter. It lands onto 4. However, there's going to be multiple on the ground as well for the shatter in the other direction. Ruthless Santos there. Extra Pickles almost has the Diva Bomb online, may use it here at the end of this fight, but that's a big shatter! That'll take out the entirety of Delos Fellas pretty much, as the rest will just be cleaned up.
Both teams have huge team wiping potential with massive shatters going to do, but just enough sustain to come through. We saw the transcendence on both sides. Just both teams lived through those huge shatters, and then Boom was able to come back in with what they need. They got the extra picks there, and they're going to come in with more ultimates than Della's. Della's going to have 3. Boomer's going to have almost 3, and going to be building up the 5th and 5th.
Extra rice, please, again! Oh. That is 4 Diva Bombs with a kill in a row. I believe, and I'm talking about over maps.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Every fight that he has a Diva Bomb, there's a kill from that Diva Bomb. That is kind of nutty.
That is insane consistency. That is just, you do not get that from many Divas at all. It is so hard to get those bombs regularly, not mentioned.
Look at that! You just take down the Reinhardt, and then the rest will fall due to the shatter. That was a 5-man shatter, but let's be real, it was a 6-man, because that Rein was gonzo.
Yeah, and speaking of consistency, Ruthless with those shatters, not just consistently getting a lot of people down, but consistently getting them within what seemingly 30 seconds? Incredible ult economy, or just charge. And we're going to see an ult economy fight here, all the ults going to be used.
Yeah, hell of a lot of them here, but Transcend's used a bit later for the side of Team Boomers, so they'll have a slight advantage. Well, they do have to stay around it, that won't matter. Queeker trying to find value, nothing with the Diva Bomb. Extra rice, please, coming up on his own. Probably won't need it until the last fight here. And they're gonna stagger Queeker here. Yeah.
Yeah, looking at this last fight here, it's gonna be the Shatter, Sound Barrier, and Rally versus the Diva Bomb. It's a devastatingly awesome Diva Bomb from Extra. If they can even get out of the point, they are, and we're gonna see that bomb come through. Let's see what it gets. It is in the air.
Doesn't get anything there. It actually lands on the chandelier. Well, it rushes against the chandelier and then lands at a weird angle. That's a big shatter. Ruthless trying to get enough value to finally cap here, but the Lucio hasn't taken a single bit of damage throughout all of this. So even though the team is getting a lot of kills, the Lucio still hasn't died. Now the Lucio is finally down. Zarya is the only one who can touch. Brigitte is back, as well as maybe Diva. No, Diva gets whip shotted away. Queeker stuck in spawn. Can't touch. 1:37.
Yeah, Boomers finally starting to bring this back. This is what they need to do. This is what they had on Lijiang, and they're bringing it back. Not just last map, but this snap as well. And even when Even when Extra Rise doesn't get those huge bombs, the rest of the team is there to get huge ults as well. It's just so many big throughout the entire series here, and we saw that pretty well from Boomers taking third here. They're not going to be on the defense. Fellas, gonna have a good shot to answer back. They could still very easily end the series here.
Indeed. I'm assuming they're going to pick the standard Ghost composition.
Yes, that is exactly what we're going to see. We did see a Winston coming in for the stall. Didn't quite get to see any action, but it's going to go back to the normal compositions here. It's just what they liked. It's arguably the single best variant of Goats. Not the original, not the second, the third almost. And the best. Stigma Future has to find that best one, but this is typically the best composition that is run with the Goats, at least for the 3-3 style composition. You can argue a few others, the tastes with the Maze, the Sombras. You can argue that, but this is the best 3v3 or 3-3. And we're gonna see if Dallas can really come back and take this. They have a good opportunity here to just take Rumor's time that they're pretty proud of coming back and just nullify everything.
Yeah, they're going to try to push him back. They managed to now. Getting the Discord off himself is going to be very important for Bayern to do before pushing forward with it. Gonna manage to do so. As now they can start putting pressure on the other team's Reinhardt. Ticking up pretty low. Honestly, in Goats, it's kind of like a very fast-paced game of chess. As that kill, it's one mistake that ruined it all there for Bayern.
That just an immediate kill onto the Reinhardt. The Discord's the silent killers of the series. Not really getting.
That's a 3-man. All right, continue. They'll just look at
that was not a. Just all of them. All 6 down. That is not a silent killer at all. Those are the loud killers of this game, but the silent ones have been the Discord orbs. We haven't really seen many of them because they're so subdued, so quiet, sneaking around, getting that damage and getting those picks that we see. And it's been a huge help throughout the series. Both teams coming up on all their roles, except for Boomers is Ruthless, who does not have that shatter, but everything else is going to be online. So Della's have that one ult advantage. Let's see if they can utilize.
Managed to get the Transcendence in, and off the high ground, uses the obscure tech to get out of the Graviton, but Team Boomer is getting the kills here to win this fight.
Yeah, just able to find kills through that. There's not much you can really say of how they got it. They're just able to get through it. It is a Goat fight. If you can get it, you can get it. Probably come down to that aiming. Just didn't use that sound barrier, while Boomers did use all 3 of the support ults. That just overall longer sustain on the point, or at least in the big brawl, got them through that, got those picks going, and now it's going to be 2-1. Can Ruthless take this ult and maximize it?
Well, the shatter doesn't land for Ruthless Santos early on, as they're going to opt for the hallway. Bayern gets the kill on the Damatam, and so now it's time for Dallas Fellas to make their push. Man, Damatam and Dallas Fellas, it's fun to say, man. Bayern gonna get another one, gonna take the Diva out of the mech as well, as this will be a fight win for Dallas Fellas.
Yeah, Dallas immediately, once they got that sound barrier down, they pushed forward with the Reinhardt onto the Brig, got that pick, and then just pushed forward. They realized the Brig wasn't there, they realized the Reinhardt was out of position without that Brig, and immediately got the Reinhardt as well. Then you just go forward and you take the point. There's no Reinhardt, no Brig. We said so many times that that's a crucial part, and without them, the Goat just kind of falls apart, and that's the story of that fight right there. Once again, they're going to try and come in here. There's plenty of ults to be used.
And right now, the stakes are so high for Team Boomers. If they win this, they get to go to a map 7, the deciding map. If they don't, then they are out of here. Bayern Games just absolutely blows up Tam. What the shatter bomb? What is that? Can we give a moment of silence for the entirety of Dallas Fellas?
moment over. I would have suggested Team Boomers actually lost their break to not use any ults, kind of let the fight go so they could come in the next fight. But they just used everything, and it stuck with a huge bomb kill. Now the rally's coming out. We're gonna see the bomb coming in as well from Dallas to decide to use it here, and the other ult being built up. Just chaos after everything getting used.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. The big charge early on onto Ryan will trade out the Brigitte kill. Oh, gets killed mid-shatter! That's brutal! You hate to see it if you're Ruthless Santos. That'll be a big stagger on the extra rice, please.
That's just a huge stagger there. And just Ruthless not able to get that ult. That is a huge play. We've seen how efficient the shatters and the capitalization on it from the rest of Team Boomers can be. Winning entire fights on their own sometimes, and just not being there is huge. A bit of a sneaky play from the Zarya. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Gets spotted out, but gonna come in with their ult.
Yeah, there we go. Transcendence is out, so it's gonna cancel it. Transcendence from the other side as well. Here's where I feel like they need a... Oh, the boo from aiming like a bot! Onto the Brigitte. The Brigittas have been taking a lot of damage. They've been getting bullied pretty hard in this matchup, I'm not gonna lie. Not because they're bad, but because there's been a lot to stop them. A bit disappointing to see for those poor Brigittas, but you know what? It's fun Overwatch to watch.
God damn, and Ryan just keep on getting taken out. It is so hard to play the Brig in GOATs. It is really something else. You have to really get good at it. It is one of the crucial parts of the composition, however, so that's like a big part of it you need to do. You're going to come in a double Diva Bomb ult fight here, as well as a few others being built up.
Extra rice, please! What is that? How does he do it? And now there's only 40 seconds left, 40 seconds away from Team Boomers being able to hold off and go to a map 7. I mean, at least right now, and this is at least 17 bomb kills for Extra Rice Please on Diva in 3 maps.
Yeah, and Team Boomers are going to come in with their support ults online, the rally and the sound barrier. They're going to be able to build up their tank ults through this fight. They have to still build their ults up, so they're going to be taking this.
Wait, what? I think the Brig landed on the platform down there. That's crazy. But there's the boop onto the Fletchy, aiming like a bot. Now it's just the opening. Dallas fellas have to find value. A boop for Eco Wolf on the Smickle Sander, so it's still alive for Team Boomers, but Queeker getting the kills necessary and aiming like a bot, killing Extra Rice Please with another boop. Ryan, I believe, survived that boop by using the shield bash to get down onto the low platform. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what happened there. They were able to come around onto the back line, kind of took the healing out of the equation for just a few seconds, and that's all you need. Once again, Team Boomers need to do something here. They need to stop this push, and they're going to come in with huge ults!
Yeah, that's a shatter there. I believe it actually didn't hit anything. Fletchy getting the early kill on the Bayern. As now there's a minute left. And this is going to be a lost fight here. You can't get too aggressive because then you'll get booped. But for the other side, well, it's going to be hard for you not to get booped.
And Team Boomers going to come in with 4, about to be 5, and they're going to be able to build up Eco's grab. She's going to, she's going to get that sound barrier by the end of the round. So they're going to come in with just about everything they need to send us to a map 7 here. At least hold it to overtime. There's no way Delos don't have overtime. So at least Team Boomers will see that 7th map. There's no chance they won't.
The shatter comes in and Queeker with a nice kill on the Dammit Tam. As now the kills are just back and forth. Ruthless has had 2 fights in a row with a missed shatter. And the Transcendence just trying to get over there, manages to, which can help win the fight. Team Boomers want to go to a map 7. There's no time left on the clock. They're coming back now. Bayern so close, but a 4-man shatter! And Bayern goes down with a shatter! Oh no! And now, Boomers looking to go to a map 7 and an impeccable comeback! They need to win 3 in a row and they're so close!
once again, they pull a huge ult out of it. I feel like my jaw is just hitting the floor too many times.
Yeah, you
What?
may need like some kind of cast. By the end of this, I mean your jaw is probably broken, very much so, like from dropping onto the floor so many times. The repeated dislocations are really not great for the joints.
Yeah, but Team Brewers sent us to a map 7. They had no chance of not getting to a map 7, but now they had that extra win. They wanted to get that win, so it all comes down to this. Map number 7, I believe it is gonna be an escort. I could be wrong about that. That I believe what we're running with.
It would be the escort, yes.
Yes, so we will see a winner for map number 7. Oh, wait.
Oh, it is 2 CP. Wait, so there's a chance that we go to a map 8?
There is a very good chance we go to a map 8 once we come back if you want to take the intermission away.
Yeah, let's take the intermission. Man, oh man, what a series this has been. It started off Boomers taking one, and then we saw Dallas Fellas take 3 in a row. But then we've seen this comeback. Team Boomers now 1-2 in a row, and are looking to make the win happen here. As I mean, it feels like a reverse sweep, but obviously was not. Boomers did take the first map, but either way, this it does really all come down to this, unless on this map of Volskaya they draw, and then we go to a map 8, which would be nutty. But let's focus on the map ahead of us for now.
Yeah, Volskaya, best Russian map in the game. I'm personally hoping this does go to a draw, because that would be so indicative of how the series is. We then go to Escort, which is guaranteed a win. That'd just be the icing on the cake. That is how, in my head, the series should end, but it could very easily not end. It is called Drawskaya in some circles for a reason. We're going to go in now. A bit of high ground, quite a bit of high ground to be utilized here. Bit of give and take, a lot of rotation on that first point and not much on the second. So you're going to see how both teams utilize that. There's a lot of open space, and this is anyone's game right now. Team is going to come in with momentum, but Della's, they could very easily take this. We saw them have just a great ult economy on the last 2 CP map on Hanamura. So this could go either way. Both teams have a claim to the advantage coming in here. We're just going to see how it plays out.
Yeah, indeed here. As they start to push forward, we're going to see standard comps on Volskaya. It's such a fresh map to see in all of our bright maps. You know, have a darker, snowy map during the middle of the summer, you know, when the rest of the environment's looking all bright and sunny. But that's a really early D-Mech, and then Tweaker goes down. So this is really good for Boomers here. Discord onto the Reinhardt. We're going to see the cleanse with the bubble. As this fight looks to be over real fast. The snowball, no pun intended here on Volskaya, may end up being very real on this second push.
Yeah, an immediate first pick onto the Diva, and that's just the rest of it going through. One after another, they all fall down. And Team Marine's gonna try and keep this momentum up that they've gained from these last 2 maps, from map 5 and map 6. They're looking to keep this forward. They have 6 minutes on the bank. They're going to have the only ult in the game by a few country miles here. That Shatter, which we've seen really so many times, have so much effectiveness on. We're just going to see Sweeper and Extra get those ults as well later on in the fight.
That's a big Shatter to just take down Ryan, man. They didn't have any support ults, and now more are building up for Team Boomers. They're going to be able to hold on to this one. At least for now, they're going to see Bayard go down. If this is Overwatch League, we're looking at what may be one of the fastest times if they can somehow hold on here. Extra Rice, please, should probably just throw a Diva Bomb up in the sky, get that maximum time here to try and see how far they can push. They don't even touch again. That's 5:23. What?
That is an incredible time bank from Team Rivers, coming out swinging, setting the pace of this possible last match here.
Games a minute and 23 seconds!
You do not get that.
That is the fastest Volskaya I've ever casted. Well, at least first point.
Yeah, that is definitely that would be 6:23 or before the minute loss on the second there. That is possibly the fastest Volskaya and goats, definitely that most people have ever seen. That might actually be a record. Possibly just so quick. Yes, a bit of stall, but so efficient, so fast. Team Boomers setting the pace. Dell is gonna have a hard time matching that in any metric. They're gonna be almost 99% certain that they're going to be down in time. They can still very easily get a 5 minute, a 4 minute cap and send this into a very, very far, a very, very long Volskaya. And if this goes to a 6-6, 8-8, maybe even the tens, that would just be so perfect for this series.
It would indeed, but with that dominant performance, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a full hold. Team Boomer is looking very strong here. And I had a feeling it had a lot to do with the subbing of Schlooper and Extra Rice Please being on that diva.
No, we actually saw Super come in. The first map was when they lost on Rialto. So it kind of took them a bit to get their footing, but then the swaps really come into big effect.
Yeah, Rice getting that early damage onto some of the members of that squad. Just trying to put it in and get the ultimate faster than the other guy. But it seems like Queeker is most definitely getting his ultimate faster. But at what cost? Because it seems that Team Boomers, you had Extra Life Please trying to get the value, but didn't. And now they've lost a lot. And Queeker and Shord. By the way, Shord is on the Reinhardt now, where we're seeing Bayern on the Zarya. And there's a Shatter Bomb combo online for Dallas Fellas.
Yeah, Dallas, take it very quick, not as quick, but still a very good sign bank.
1
just
second
about
less.
as now 1 second less. And they're gonna come in here. They're gonna have to pull out the only ult in the game. Once again, is that Reinhardt, and they're gonna be able to building up that bomb as well. They can get those ults. It's gonna be game.
Was that an attempted 360 shatter? I think it was. Instead, it seems that Team Boomers are going to stop them there with their shenanigans and 360 shatters. And now it is impossible for them to get it as fast as Team Boomers, which is crazy to say.
Yeah, this early on when there's still 5 minutes left that they can't get any more time is just so rare to say. And Team Boomers just need to stall this out. They don't even need to win. They're going to be looking to win here, but they realistically won't because there's so much time that Dallas can just take with that 6 ult.
Yeah, but I mean, they used one ultimate there, and I believe, and that was Ruthless Santos's Shatter. So that was just one ult win fight right there. That's a great way to win a fight, especially when the other team uses Rally, which is a very high impact ultimate.
Yeah, and that Rally not gonna get anything at all. Also, the Reinhardt, Jordan, not even gonna get their ult anywhere. Ruth is already at 75. Jordan at 50 on the Reinhardt. Team Boomers, they just need to hold. They could go however long. They're just gonna play to hold here. Dallas will eventually have a really good shot once they build all their ults and then do a dry push, get a few ults out of Team Boomers. But Team Boomers can milk that advantage for all it's worth and then start really winning on the 4th points.
Yeah, Graviton and Diva Bomb online for both teams as Team Boomers have all 6 ultimates here. Shatter does not land for Team Boomers. Diva Bomb comes out, lands onto Damatam. However, how does Extra Rice Please do it? Gets a 5th technically in that fight with that kill onto Queeker. Oh my! That is just disgusting to watch. I mean, he was just placed right in the middle of the team. Is this man lucky or just otherworldly?
I don't think you get that many huge bombs without being something of skill. And Team Boomers, although they used all their ults, they're already back up to Ruthless, who's just been so consistent on getting those ultimates really hot, or really fast.
Yeah, it's a big shatter though. It could get some big kills, but it's not going to. As Shord, in fact, it's gonna be Ruthless, the one getting kills off of his shatter. And that's a nice pin, actually, onto Smickle, as they're going to once again win this fight. They brought Dallas down to 3 minutes. So they drained 2 minutes off the clock. They still have a lot more left, though. Ultimate-wise, pretty even across the board.
Yeah, and that fight just came down to the shatters. Dallas got the good shatter, got picks off the bat, but they didn't take out the tank line. Team Boomers came back with Ruthless, hit that shatter, and the tanks were up to put the damage in to capitalize on it. Even if they didn't have as much healing as Dallas did, they were able to come in with the damage. There's no damage being applied back because everyone's down on the ground, so they can just put in all the damage they want without worrying about healing for a few seconds, and it worked wonders for them coming into the next fight. We can see just the ult being built up as this fight goes on.
Yeah, and now the Reinhardt. Oh, the shatter!
Yes.
The shield drops at just the wrong time for Dallas Fellas, but Team Boomers pleased with that. Transcendence has to be forced out off of an ultimate, which is pretty much a cooldown when it comes to the shatter. Graviton there could be pretty big. Extra rice, please. Getting two with the Diva Bomb, getting the Diva Mech as well. I mean, can you ask this man for any more?
You could ask him to get a 6-man, but...
Ah, true. Step it up! Step it up, Extra Rice, please, okay? You see, at this point, in the last map, I believe he was getting close to 20 Diva Bomb kills, and we've seen 5 so far. So we have, I believe he's at around 25 Diva Bomb kills so far this game.
And that doesn't even take into account the ones he got in the maps before we started counting. The ult heavy in this fight. It's gonna favor Dallas Fellas just a tad bit more than Boomers, and the longer the fight goes on, the more it actually favors Dallas. They're higher on their ulted charge.
Yeah, that is a wonderful Graviton and a Diva Bomb. It just doesn't get much value. That's a big shatter, just letting the rest of the team clean up, though. And Team Boomers, maybe with only 1 minute left for Dallas Fellas, what a hold this has been. And with the way Extra Rice Please has been generating ultimates, they'll have another one of those God Bombs ready and locked and loaded to go.
Not only will they have the God Bomb, they will have the Grab and the Rally as well, and possibly Ruthless. He's just gonna have an ult every single fight. We have to accept that at this point. They're gonna have 4 ults, at least 3 coming in against Dallas. We're gonna have the Sound Bearer, Transcendence, and the Rally. No offensive ults until at least 40 more seconds. Maybe the Reinhardt can get it, but that's not likely. There's gonna be nothing really coming in.
Yeah, Schloop killing Short early on, only 20 seconds left. This is the one shining moment. Another kill. Team Boomers, can you believe it? As the seconds drain down. Extra Rice, please. Probably gonna throw in one more celebration Diva Bomb. A firework just in time for 4th of July. The NA team has proven themselves superior. As the time just ticks slower and slower and slower down. Graviton up to the ceiling. Team Boomers in a miraculous comeback take it somehow. I'm not even sure how they did that.
Well, they just used the ultimates they had. They had a better ult economy. They had more efficient use of the ults, and they were more lethal as well. Just everything that kind of lost them the second and third map. Or sorry, third and fourth map, my bad, Hanamura and Rialto, everything that lost them that map, those 2 maps, they brought back, they fixed, and they dominated with on Volsky, the best Russian map in the game, taking the series 4-3, so close in the scoring, but that last map was anything but close. Team Boomers, 5-minute hold, 5-minute take there. Just incredible stuff.
And I think there's one person who just made an undeniable difference in this game. Who let Team Boomers win 3 games in a row, maps in a row. And personally, I think this one's a bit of a hot take, but I think player of the match should go to Extra Rice Please. I don't know about this one, guys. I'm sorry. Played 3 maps on Diva, got at least approximately 25 Diva Bomb kills. That is nutty. Probably like 26 actually, because of the end one that they got onto the Reinhardt in the celebration. Because even the celebrations from him are deadly. This has been absolutely unbelievable Diva play. stellar, out of this world.
Yeah, and not only from the last two maps, which is most where those 25, 26 comes from, there was also two other maps which we weren't counting the bomb kills as well.
Well, although we had some Buckaroo in with for Diva. Extra Rice Please was on the Zenyatta, actually, if you remember.
Yeah, for a lot of, I believe the swaps came in at Rialto, so for 4 maps, we've had Extra Rice on that Diva. Buckaroo also playing great, was my MVP up until they swapped out. So the Diva just goes from one MVP player to another, as you said in the very beginning of the stream before the match began. As we said, going into the 5th map, the Divas just so good. You came in with the Divas as the MVPs, and they did not disappoint. Such good play throughout just the entire series from both sides. Both Divas, whoever was on the Diva role, was playing at just another level above, just head and shoulders above everyone else in the game. And we saw Rice just so many big bombs. You just so hard to take that when you can get those instant kills, and just not just aim to kill on one person, not on two, but an entire team. That is all you can ask for in a GOATS game.
Times.
And in the finals, that is above and beyond what you could even begin to ask for. Extra Rice and all the Divas in the game, really, but specifically Extra Rice.
That's fantastic. Can we just give out a big hand for all the Diva players in this game?
Yes. Well deserved. Well deserved MVP there.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I think we actually figured out what the Extra Rice was, because it was easily crispy rice. I mean, it was so crispy from him today. We saw so many big plays that just changed the entire tide of the game, and really became the turning point for Boomers to take this big win. Well, I mean, that was a clash of NA versus EU. NA comes out, just in time for 4th of July with the win. Congratulations to them. But let's talk about another clash of the Titans. The console wars in Overwatch League, in our Overwatch League, has been happening for a while. Is PS4 better? Is Switch better? Is Xbox better? Well, thanks to crossplay, soon we will have a tournament of champions, the tournament to decide it all. And I've heard some rumors that there's going to be some money on the board, so make sure to have your finger on the pulse for that one. I've heard, and these are rumors, that it's as much as $5 grand in prizes. So make sure to keep your finger on the pulse for that one, as that would be massive for anyone to win that money. Also, it is the console wars. This is possibly the biggest CGL event ever. Let's be real. With all of these, CGL Overwatch, obviously, CGL Overwatch event ever, the console wars been happening for so long, it'll finally be settled soon here in the CGL. But you can go onto our website if you're wanting to participate in that, consolegamingleague.com. Make sure to go to the shop. I have a new t-shirt from the Kunoichi set coming in, which is their branch of women's and LGBT gaming. So very excited. Go over and check out the Console Gaming League. You can also find them at all these social places down there, as well as on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram at chipmunk_5, spelled just like it is below. Neon, anything you like to plug?
Yeah, you can find me at Neon Protege, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. I should have done something there.
Oh, I forgot.
It's whatever.
YouTube
all
and Twitch
three.
for me to do.
All three, all Neon Protege. You can find me there. Keep up with everything I'm doing. And that is all the plugs from me.
I think it's all the plugs from everyone. So on the behalf of me, Neon, Head Rammer behind the scenes, and the CGL, this has been a broadcast of the aforementioned CGL. So this has been one? Oh my. 4-3 in the favor of the Team Boomers against Dallas Fellas. Signing off from Chipmunk. That's Neon. See ya tomorrow. Or, yeah, probably tomorrow for the T6 game.